Okay. Give me just 1 second here while I get some things ready, guys. Sorry about that. I'm not late. No. Me late, never. I could never be late. Okay, there we go. That's up. That's good enough. That's good. Okay, over here, this thingy. Okay. I forgot to do a different thingy. That's okay. The thingies are thinging. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles today. Okay, it's gonna mention that you guys can go watch on YouTube. There is not a YouTube stream today. That is just not in the cards. We're just doing Twitch today. So, you be aware of that. If it says it, it's lying to you, okay? My bot is lying to you. Water Ghost, congrats on grabbing first. Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Also, hope you're having a... It's not New Year's Eve yet. I was going to say, it's New Year's Eve. No, tomorrow's New Year's Eve. I hope tomorrow is well for you, all of you guys as well. New Year's Eve and New Year's, exciting times of the year. Swiftu, thank you for spending your taxes. Emmy, thank you for spending your taxes. Same to you, Water Ghost. Hope you're all doing well. It's good to see you all. Doing pretty good. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. I am going to do something. It might be a little stupid, but I'm going to try it anyway. Boop. Okay. I'm going to do that. Boop. I look like a chipmunk. Why is why is that? What happened, Swiftu? What happened? That is really loud. I want that one. Let's try that. No. Okay, I'm trying to get some music set up. Just give me a second. Hello, Honored One. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. All right, let's try that. This is probably gonna bug out mid-stream, but it's okay. Hi, guys. Hello. Hope everybody's doing well. If I need to bump up the music, let me know. It's just very touchy. So I gotta be careful not to turn it up too high, but I also don't want it to be so quiet that you guys can't hear it. Like right now, I hardly can hear it, but if you guys can, that's all that matters. I can sit in silence. The bot is lying to you. There is no YouTube stream today. It's okay being stupid. I've experienced it before, and it's not that bad. I'm very stupid, so I can relate. Hello, Emmy. And Swifty, you had 3 teeth removed? Oh my goodness. When did that happen? Are you putting your goals for 2026? I am. If you guys have any goals that you think I should strive for, anything that you would like to see me do this year, or anything that I haven't talked about in a while and you want an update on, I'm going to talk about everything today. The curtain is being pulled back, metaphorically, and you guys will be able to talk and say and do as much as you'd like today, within the chat rules, of course. But I want to give you guys a fair chance to actually, like, state what you guys want to see, while I talk about what I'm going to do as well. Did you watch Jujutsu Kaisen? I have not. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and start some stuff up here if you guys don't mind. So I've got a document right here, and I'm just gonna move it over so that I can see it and work off of it a little bit. It's an old document from 2025, and I think it well, at least get the points across. So, I guess I should write down really quick. 2025, right? The document wasn't... It wasn't great. I'm not gonna lie. We tried. We did try. So for Twitch, the goals, I believe, was we wanted a 15 average. We wanted 1,750 followers. I realize now that while I had the right intention for these things, I didn't do a great job at actually pushing for these because I've been using Twitch as my crutch. Nathan, congrats on getting 50 tax submissions today, dude. GG's. Welcome on in. You're not late. You're right on time, dude. Welcome, welcome. But you're all good. You're all good. Swifty, thank you for resubscribing. Appreciate you choosing me. 19 months total. GG's. And thank you for submitting your taxes as well. Ad rating, Travago ad. I hate it with my heart. AG1 ad, kind of chill. Also good. Butterfinger, I like it. Hate it, using AI. Shopify long, but I guess okay. Fair enough. Shopify ads are fun, but they're very long, like you said. I definitely get why they would be a little bit infuriating. I'm kind of looking through here, and a lot of my ideas revolved primarily around celebrating when we hit certain milestones, whether that was 12-hour streams or adding new channel point rewards, which is great, but I didn't follow through on some of that. For example, we hit 1,500 followers. That was one of my goals for this year. However, I didn't do the 12-hour streams like I had said I was going to, which isn't good. If you couldn't tell, that's not good. And I want to do better about that. That will be something that will get fulfilled in the near-ish future, if all goes to plan. Where's my badge? Try reloading the stream. Twitch is kind of weird about that. My face is in the worst pain also, but I can't feel it at the same time. That lines up with what I've heard most people say about getting teeth removed. You don't feel it, but it hurts, weirdly enough. So you aren't at least experiencing something completely out of the ordinary. Did I just get blocked from you? Okay, there we go. But you had your wisdom teeth removed. Was that on the schedule, or was that like a surprise to you? Just really curious. Let's see, I need to like get that back down to 0.1. So, boop. I'm just gonna go over to the other goal sheets. So, Minecraft YouTube channel. This was like something that I probably should have set up like before stream, but I was kind of running behind. I wanted to hit 1,000 subscribers, which, if you didn't know, we did do. We hit 1,000. We're actually at 1.4. We're at 1,486 subscribers right now. So we beat that, and so I bumped it up to 2K, and we currently aren't there, as you just heard. I wanted to hit a 5% click-through rate, which is a CTR. CTRs are fun, but Unfortunately, there's not a great way to track that when you're doing streams because I found that it actually sabotages your CTR to some degree. So I need to find a better way to track that as a metric. Live streams don't have the same good CTR as, say, a video or a short. It's just a different animal in its entirety. So I gotta find a better way to track that. Maybe there's a place in my analytics that I've not looked at, but I need to find a good way to work with it. And then I also wanted to hit a 30% view duration. Duration, there we go. The problem with that as well is stream sabotage that. A 30% view duration on a stream would be crazy. I mean, if you think about it, with a 4-hour stream, 30% of that is going to be, what, like 1.5 hour? That is a lot. That is a lot for somebody to watch one stream. And when you're looking at a couple hundred people watching each stream, 30% is just absolutely wild. So I don't know how to track that accurately across streams and videos, but I do know for videos, a 30% view duration is still shooting mid-range. And with the content that I'm wanting to produce coming forward, I think we'll be able to hit it, hopefully. Outside of that, the other things that I wanted to try for this was just really start streaming, which we did, which immediately got us to 1,000 subscribers, pretty much. I wanted to try new things, which I have been. We did a day in the life video, which was a lot of fun. I've started streaming, like I said. I've got some new video ideas in the pipeline. I've tried some new thumbnail and title ideas, and I'm all here for it, really. I am. So I'm hoping to keep giving that a shot. If all goes to plan, we'll have something really cool. We'll have something really cool going on YouTube this year. I'm a little scared for this year, if I'm honest. We'll get into that a little bit later. But I do know I want to keep moving forward here. How do I set up the outline? I don't want to, like, select outline. Can I just... No. Okay, I gotta go in here and select it then. That's fine. You ran an SMP? I did, yes. That's been kind of swept under the rug, but we're actually going to talk about that very soon. So I'll talk more in depth about it, and you guys will hear some things, hopefully. Also, I've just realized these are not showing correctly. And now it won't. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. It's fine. That's a 1, that's a 1, and that's a 1. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Libra office writer. I appreciate it. 35 stream streak. Hey, W, Nathan. Congrats, dude. Nikita, welcome on in. Thank you for spending your taxes. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Only ones here. I guess so. Only ones. I have a VOD channel. I didn't have, like, a whole lot of goals here. I just wanted to hit 3% CTR. I know some of my streams on there have hit, like, a really high CTR. Some of them have had a really low CTR. Truthfully, I'm not in the business of running the VOD channel right now in its entirety. It's more of an archival thing. But I would like to return to it at some point. One of the major goals for it was to make thumbnails and titles for every VOD. I had something like 600, I think. Maybe it was only 300. I don't know. There's a lot of VODs, though, that didn't have a thumbnail or title. because I streamed for like 2 years before adding titles and thumbnails to every VOD. So there's a lot of them that just don't have anything, and it just says stream and then whatever Roman numeral it is and the date. That's not helpful to somebody who's just passing by and wanting to watch something. And I want that channel to actually like be approachable at a glance. For anybody that's like, oh, I want to see. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I think we're back. I love when that happens. Okay. There we go. That was not great, but we're back. Hi. Hello. Internet just kind of died a little bit there, but we're here. Hello. Hello. Hi. I have no idea where I was when it cut me off. I was probably yapping about King SMP. I could have been yapping about probably just about anything. But, that all said, I have no idea whereabouts we were with it, so I'm just gonna pretend that we weren't talking about anything at all, and we just are starting right now. Hello, Nathan. Welcome back. Thank you for paying your taxes again. Appreciate it. Okay. I'm gonna just keep moving as if, we never stopped, because I have no clue where we were. So, the next category to talk about is Omnia, my video game that I'm working on. And, if any of you are, like, wondering, what in the world is Omnia? Good news, you can do ! Omnia, and it'll give you a little Discord link, and you can join this Discord server and find out more information as I develop it. But it's basically a game that, imagine, like, everything all at once. That's a game, okay? That makes no sense. Imagine a game where every feature that you thought would be interesting to find in a game is there, because the game is quite literally limitless, and it's in space. If you've ever felt like your dialogue options were too limited when it comes to talking to NPCs, this will never be an issue in Omnia. If you ever felt like a system would have been really interesting in a game, but they never went deep enough into it to make it interesting, you'll never have that issue with Omnia. If you ever thought, like, games put realism and fun in an imbalanced way, that's not something you're gonna have to worry about here, because this is my one project. I'm not worried about sinking time or money into it, because I'm not making a bunch of games. This is my one game. I'm not gonna make a whole bunch of DLCs about it. I'm making one game. That's all I'm doing. And this is my baby, basically. So that being said, it's gonna get a lot more time this year, but just talking about last year, I didn't really have a ton of goals. I say last year as if 2025 is last year. It's now this year still. But my goals were very small. I wanted to learn how to develop games. Learn to make games. I wanted to make a bunch of games. Last day of the year today? Yes, yes. I'm just trying to get into the habit of remembering that it's not going to be 2025 anymore. And that's really hard to do. But I'm trying to, like, just get into that habit as best I can. Okay. Yeah, we're good. So, I started with that. But I found out very quickly that I didn't want to make games. I wanted to make one game. So I'm going to actually just remove those because I think that lasted. I didn't know what I wanted yet. Those weren't viable goals. But my viable goals were have a basic demo. Which there is like some semblance of a demo being built right now, but it's nowhere near done. And we've decided to shoot for a different demo style than what I was initially shooting for. And I've also had a lot more time to learn what my expectations should be in game dev, so I'm not like really scared of setting better goals this year, I think. Because I found my way to the TikTok app and started doom scrolling. No, it's good, dude. I understand. I have to set up blockers on my phone so that I don't get onto those apps anymore because I do doom scroll. It's just something that I do instinctively, and so I have to stop myself somehow. And the blocking apps do pretty good because I have to go request time to even get on them. And then once I'm on there and it tells me, hey, you've been on here for 30 minutes, go request more time if you want it. I'm like, I actually didn't really enjoy that as much as I wish I did. So I'm going to go play a video game now. And then I'm safe. I'm good. So, for what it's worth, you're not alone in that. My computer, I don't have those blocker apps. I do get sucked down doom scrolling on here even. So I gotta be more careful when I'm at my desk about doom scrolling. Outside of having a basic demo done, which I didn't do, I wanted to create a Discord server. Which I did. And it's joinable now. So feel free if you guys want to join that. I wanted to have a full GDD done, which GDD stands for Game Development Document. GDDs are a lot of fun to write, but they're very detailed. They're over the top at times, and I think we did okay, really, with the one I wrote. It's very internal right now, but at some point I'm going to clean it up a little bit as I finish things up with the GDD. And I'd like to actually release it to you guys so that you can, actually read over it and see the plans, or maybe even make it into a collector's edition design book, so that you can support Omnia game development and own a cool piece of history, I guess, because it'll be like a limited run thing. Every year we'll have a special edition, I guess. That's a thing I'm thinking of. I can't promise that that'll be a definite, but it's in the plans anyway. Delete TikTok, it's bad for society. I don't even post there anymore. I get on there occasionally to see what my friends post, but it's very rare that I actually do. People send me stuff, and sometimes I need a TikTok to see it, but I don't really like being there, honestly. Art direction decided. Right now, I think I have that picked out, so we're good there. I wanted to have the branding secured, which I do. And I wanted to begin marketing, which I haven't exactly started outside of just talking about it here on stream, and then having a Discord server set up. But I have started talking about it a lot more, and I've learned a lot more about how I want it to identify in the normal world and how I want people to view it. And I think that's a really cool thing to have. And I want to keep exploring as I can, anyway. See, is it look at the STEM section? Fair enough. I think there's some good use to TikTok, but I think a lot of people use it badly. But that's true about a lot of social medias. So I don't know I don't know where I really land there, to be honest. Another thing I had on here was to start a YouTube channel about game dev and learning how to develop games and developing Omnia. That is still in the plans, and it's actually going to happen hopefully this year. But the plans weren't good enough to really start anything directly in 2025. So I'm not going to write down anything for that. But I will go ahead and move us to the next section, which would have been life. Yeah, life. We love life. Or something like that. Life. This was, I think, yeah, get money, budget, upgrade, stream stuff, and I wanted to sleep more. I wanted to meet more people. And then that was pretty much it. Which a lot of my ideas for my life goals have shifted. Just due to the fact that a lot of things have happened over the year. And I do want to talk about that because it's a little wild. It's more than a little wild in my opinion. So we'll get into that here soon. So what is this year going to look like? Okay. Twitch is 2 now. So for Twitch, I'm not really focused on the numbers anymore. I do think I will still focus on the follower goal to some degree, but not like as a we need to hit this, but it's a good metric to say we do have new eyes on us, and that matters more than trying to say, hey, we need to hit this amount of viewers or we need to have these kind of streams. I want to try to double follower count a little bit. So if we could hit like a flat 3,000, I think that would be really cool. And given the right opportunities, we definitely can. This year, we didn't really gain a ton, but we also like gained a lot in a lot of other regards. So I'm not like overly worried, I guess, about anything here. I mean, if I just pull up the last 364 days, it says we gained 1,000 followers because we got follow-botted right at the beginning of the year. Hang on. 1,000 minus 634. So we gained 366 in the last year, which isn't like a phenomenal amount, but it's not like a bad amount. We also had a 5.9 average viewership rating, which isn't terrible either. It's just we need to start thinking about how we can diversify our content a little bit more. I like streaming. I love it a lot. But in terms of the way we're doing it right now is not working. So I'm going to pull up this and we're going to talk about some stuff. So I still want to do that 12-hour stream because I did promise you guys, but streams are secondary now. So what that means is instead of doing streams as a main form of content and doing all of our progress in stream for everything, what we're going to be doing instead is more focused on YouTube. So we're going to be scheduling things around the YouTube side of things. So think like, for example, I'm not saying we're going to do it, but if we did a Forever World, then what we do on stream in regards to the Forever World would be based around things that could be put in a time lapse, or that wouldn't be heavy work for just a stream. Like, you know, it should not progress beyond the scope of a video. It should fit well within that video. And it should serve as a secondary piece of content alongside the YouTube stuff. So Twitch isn't going to lose out on anything. They're just getting a little change in format. And then the video will tie up the ribbon there. So there will be things that you'll notice as we do that. Where you're back. Yay, I know. I died for like 10 minutes there. It was really bad. But yes, I am back. Hello, Nikita. So yeah, Twitch is gonna be more secondary. It's still very important to me. We are going to also cut down to 3 streams a week. Right now we're doing 3 or 4. So we're doing Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I don't know what days I'm going to do exactly yet. It may be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Hello there.
Thank you for subscribing on, I'm assuming, YouTube. Throckmorton. Appreciate it. Thank you. Nikita, also thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. Probably just me, but it didn't show up for the longest time. That doesn't surprise me. Twitch is a little slow on updating that stuff. More taxes, of course. Of course. That's me. We don't worry about the name. Nah, it's chill. I think did you follow me on TikTok? I got a notification about Throckmorton on TikTok too. Double tax day. It could be a triple tax day. Just watch yourselves. Okay. I got an email for it, and I was like, I wonder if that was Water Ghost. But I wasn't 100% certain. So, to tell you guys a little bit about the 3 streams, because if you haven't been here since before really August, probably back in July is the last time I had a schedule that was variety. Which would have been back when King SMP, Twitch SMP, and whatever random game a week I was playing. So when there was 5 streams still, there was still variety in things. Then we dropped the random game because I beat all the games I wanted to beat, and we got to a good stopping point. Like, I beat Stardew Valley. I think it's time that we focus down a little bit more, though, but we also focus down in a good way. There's a King Rag TikTok. I haven't posted on it in like 2 years, maybe 3. I don't know. It's been a long time. And I want to get back to posting on other platforms, especially short form. So that's where these 3 streams actually come in. They're more focused for this sort of thing. So I want a community day, which will be mini games starting out, but eventually when King SMP comes back, it'll be King SMP Season 4. And maybe there's a chance that it becomes like some other thing, but generally speaking, I want there to always be a community day because I always want to do things with you guys. It may have to evolve and change as things go around. And it may just be that it's not a weekly thing at some point in time, if I'm just that busy. But I'm going to try to do everything in my power to make it that I can. Do those community days. Those are really great for clips. Those are really great to interact with you guys. And it gives me a solid starting point for bringing back in the community things for you guys. Because I feel bad that we haven't done much community things since King SMP ended back in August or September, whichever one. The second stream type is going to be creative streams. Now, for those of you who haven't seen, we used to do a building stream, and it was us building like these little islands to represent different Minecraft updates. We finished almost all of those. I need to get back into it and finish some of the smaller islands, and I need to get back into it to build the newer islands as well. But I also have a new challenge for myself. I want to get the Realm Map Maker Cape. And the only way to get that is by making a realm map. I've got to research the exact metrics that you need to get in order to get the Realm Map Maker Cape. But I think it would be really cool to run a YouTube Twitch series where we try to get the Realm Map Maker Cape by building in creative a really cool map, and then at the end of it, hopefully getting the cape. So that's the thing I'm gonna look into a little bit, and it'll be really cool. Hopefully, say it fast 5 times. Realm Map Maker you gotta add the cape. Realm Map Maker Cape. Realm Map Maker Cape. Realm Map Creative streams are fun. They really are. Also, hello, Voided. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Listen, SPK things to my mind, and that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. SPK is great. I love SPK. Nathan likes torture. He really does. He's evil. He's evil, guys. I'm telling you. And then the third one is survival streams. I can do it. You're just better. You're built better. You're built better, Voided. Also, how are you doing? I don't think I asked you. How are you doing? Is life good? Is it treating you well? If not, we can make problems disappear just as good as people. Trust me. Survival stream, right? This year, 2026, I'm gonna try to position myself a little bit better. I've realized, with Twitch being my main, first off, discoverability sucks. So that's why I'm moving it to a secondary position in terms of content. But I'm also attempting to position myself in such a way that I showcase the qualities of the sort of creator that I want to be. You know, I'm very much inspired by Hermitcraft and inspired by, well, just really Hermitcraft in general. You know, the Hermits are people I've looked up to for a very long time. Do I want to be in Hermitcraft? Not necessarily. I would think about it, but I don't know if I could really live up to the expectation of myself to just join it. So, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna do what they do, but the way I want to do it. So, that means making actual survival content, because you can't be invited to servers if you don't have content available for people to see. So, my content should reflect where I want to see myself. So if I want to get back into doing SMPs, and I want to get back into being amongst the people that I want to be amongst, and I want to go up to the next step, that means I need to actually take those steps. So survival content and creative content are great things that I don't think get explored enough, and there's my own unique twists that I can put on it. So what would a survival stream possibly look like? If I get into another SMP, it's going to look like SMPs. If it's a forever world, then it's going to look like a forever world. If it's hardcore, then it's going to look like hardcore. Right? Not too crazy. So cutting down from 4 down to 3 isn't terrible. It's a little scary, but it's not impossible. I can definitely work with it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Also, Voided, thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. This is an intimidating list. It's a little scary. I'm not gonna lie. Because it turns a lot on its head. For the longest time, Twitch has been, like, #1 for me. And now I'm, like, moving it to #2. And I take first. Swifty, thank you for the 500 bits. GG's, dude. Thank you so much. You're amazing, dude. Also, I need to read. My one goal for 2026 is to stay alive with the way the world is. That's not a bad goal to have. Honestly, really good goal. I think everybody should try to stay alive for 2026. I recommend it. I was just thinking it, but you made them pretty evil. Nah. Yeah, crazy, Swift, dude. Crazy work. My list is just lock in and stream twice a week, revamp and open art commissions, and I forgot the third thing. You know, that is intimidating to me as somebody who doesn't do art. Like, art is scary. You stream. That's also what I was wondering. I wanna pop in and see a Voided stream if I can. But yeah, twice a week is pretty good. That is pretty good. I haven't streamed since May, I think. Well, if you do, then I want to make sure that I check it out. So let me drop a follow. Boop. There we go. That's on my Forever World. Well, your Forever World is still forever. Just, it's in May right now still. Lots of streamers in chat. Yeah, there's a lot of y'all. And, you know, that's one of the cool things about Twitch, I think, is there are so many streamers that also watch. I think that's one of the special things about Twitch. YouTube, it's full of consumers. Twitch is full of creators, but they also consume. And I think that makes them... I think that's what makes them so special. Is because they understand exactly what you're doing to some degree, and so it creates a more meaningful dialogue, in my opinion. But starting this Sunday, SMP with some buddies. Hey, that's awesome. Well, if I happen to be available and around, I would love to check out the SMP stream. Twitch feels even, like you stream and watch streams. Yes, exactly. I think everybody watches YouTube. Just about everybody in the world watches some YouTube at some point in time. Even like my grandparents who don't really get on YouTube to watch, they usually watch TV. They get on Facebook and they see something and then they click on it and they watch a YouTube video. I think just about everybody watches YouTube. Twitch is different though. You go to Twitch because you probably stream, but like you said, you also watch. And I think everybody that watches anybody that creates, rather, sorry. Anybody that creates should watch as well. If you're only creating and you're never consuming, you'll never know what you could improve on. Like you said, Water Ghost, watching other creators, it helps you get inspired and it helps you figure out what to do next. You know, I would never have set up StreamerBot if it weren't for the fact that one of my friends had StreamerBot and told me about it, and I was like, whoa, that's game-changing. I should do that too. I would have never, I never would have set up music in the background of my streams if it wasn't for the fact that other people said, hey, you should set up music because I have music in my streams and it really helps, in my opinion. It helps me talk. It helps me fill in the dead space occasionally so I don't have to talk the entire time. You know, it's very... It's very helpful to just go check out other people's streams and steal their ideas. What is it that Ludwig called it? It's like the yoink and twist or whatever, where you take somebody's idea but you put your own spin on it. Do that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's called creative inspiration. Yeah, I'm not special. We hate special people here. That sounds really concerning. What's YouTube? Of course you wouldn't know what YouTube is on. No, I'm kidding. Check in on our area on the SMP in like a month. The first area should be done. My group has a lot planned. Nice. Okay. Bet. Yoink twist is every single idea ever. Exactly. Exactly. Actually joining streams and making friends and modding has definitely been what pushed me to actually, stream myself. Absolutely. Absolutely. I used to actually just be a mod on Twitch. And that's all I did for the longest time. But eventually I did start streaming because I knew I wanted to, but it wasn't something on my to-do list. It wasn't high up on my to-do list, rather. I'm really glad that I did start the modding, though, because it gave me an idea of Twitch culture, which is awesome. Twitch culture is really fun. Very much as I go up, I'll bring you with. Yes. That's one of the cool things about it. I mean, I've got people all over the spectrum in terms of Twitch. Like you said, as I go up, I'll bring you with. I've had people who, what are we listening to? Lava Chick. Okay, gotcha. I just turned on one of the creator safe playlists that Minecraft has, and this is what it is. I love the meme. It just threw me off. Every idea you ever make is based off of something you once saw. This is true. I love modding, both streams and Discord. I unfortunately need money. I have a real job. Otherwise, I do this all day. Yes, if I could mod just full-time, I would. I'm right there with you, dude. I am right there with you. Pie! Hey! Preserve Pie, how's it going, dude? 44 tax submissions. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, dude. If it wasn't looking at other people's streams and making my way through a pipeline, I found a lot of my streamer friends. Absolutely. I think one of the cool things about Twitch is the fact that you can meet other streamers very easily. I mean, I've told this story so many times now, but it's the best example of it. I raided Kitrix Live. I raided her back in 2023. December 2023. I followed her. She followed me back. We didn't talk ever again. Not until like almost a whole year later in August of 2024 when she raided me back. That's like one of the peak things about Twitch. You can raid somebody and not ever talk to them ever again, and then like a whole year or two later you talk again, and it's like, oh hey, we should be friends. And that's what happened with her and I. We became friends pretty quickly after that. But friendships come out of nowhere on Twitch. I wouldn't have expected anything that I ever said or did on Twitch to result in anything, but it's given me my best friends. So you know, I can't deny, if you're looking for friends, Twitch might be the best way to make friends. If you raid somebody enough and you just are a decent person, which I think most of you are, you'll find your people. You'll definitely find your people here. What's up? Season 4 isn't ready for Dwarves' arrival? Oh boy. I can't wait to see it, dude. If I become big and famous, I'll pay full-time mod. Dude, I would be there 24/7. I would love to. Whack. I remember you technically. Yeah. I only remembered her because I actually had to go back and look to find when I raided her and the conversation that I had with my chat before I raided her. And then I was able to go find the day that she streamed as well. As soon as I saw her face, I remembered, but it was I had to do a lot of investigation to even find out who she was. Like, I genuinely didn't remember her. She may have remembered me. I don't think she did though. Maybe not. Listen, I got into Minecraft YouTube and Twitch this year, so like, whoa, I met a lot of people. Oh, you've definitely met a lot of people then. If it was just this year, like, I know all the communities you hang around in a lot of the time, and you have probably seen like some of the best, like absolute best creators on Twitch and in the Minecraft space as well, which is amazing. Can you scroll to the King SMP section? I'm curious. I actually don't have anything written down for the King SMP section right now. But it's not gonna be a fun section to review, probably, because you guys aren't gonna like me. I mean, we could probably do it really quick. Hang on, let me just like rip out some of this, just so I don't get confused with where we're at. Just wrap up Twitch section. Twitch is no longer primary, it's our secondary weapon. You know, it's like, it's no longer the whole... Think of content as like a whole vehicle. It's no longer the engine. It's rather like, I don't know what to liken it to as in a vehicle. It's more like the radio, you know? It's the fun part of the car where like you're able to drive safely and it's being pulled by something else, but it's there and it's still fun, and you know, when you really want it, you can just turn it up really loud. I don't know. I like blasting music when I'm in a car. Like nothing beats turning up some Linkin Park to like a 30-ish on my mom's Toyota Highlander, because it's got some really nice bass in there, and oh my goodness, it's gonna be great. It's great. I love it. I can only do that when I'm alone in the car because everybody else turns my music off, but it's good music. Alan Lee, welcome on in. Thank you for submitting your taxes. How's it going? It's good to see you. Same, I wouldn't have expected to end up in like Elfie's chat, but has led me to you. New content, some of my friends, and self-determination, perseverance. Absolutely. Absolutely. Twitch is a great place. Like, I know it gets a lot of crap, but it is a great place. Just this year, I speedran becoming a mod in many places. I know, that's what's incredible to me. Like, wow. that is, I would have like said, oh, maybe like 2 years you've been around, but just this year, that is insane. Crazy stuff. And I think a lot of that just has to do with the fact that your character is very good. You are who you say you are up front all the way through. Like, you're not fake, which definitely helps, I think. I want to go to Georgia this year. I don't know why. The country or the state? I feel like that's a necessary question. Oh no, I'm scared. Okay, we'll get there in a second. We'll get there in a second. Did it pause my music? No? Okay. I just can't hear it. That's fine. The state? Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Georgia has some pretty cool places. I've been there a couple of times. I usually stay there on our way down to Florida. If we ever go again, I'll probably be down there again. Again. It stays because I would like to check it out. We'll talk about it. Not a car guy. See, I don't know a ton about cars. I'd blast music in the car with you. Yo, we gotta plan a road trip, guys. Who wants to come and listen to Linkin Park with me? Also, are you only streaming on Twitch today? I am. YouTube would hate this kind of stream, I think. That's some weird words, Magic Man. The wheels keeps the main content rolling. Yeah, I'd say that's accurate. Or maybe it's even the fuel. Without Twitch, without streams, I would really struggle to do the videos. And that's just the truth. I really do struggle without being able to stream. Streaming is just the most fun part, in my opinion. How many places are you modded voided? That's a really good question. I am curious. Voided is a great person inside and outside, and it shows in good manners and in bad ones too. Yes, absolutely. A lot of people, they're able to mask it for a certain amount of time. I had just over a year ago, I met somebody, and we're coming up on a year since we ended up not being friends anymore. That went wild, but like just after 2 months of knowing this person, I could already start seeing the signs that they were not somebody that I really saw myself being friends with long term. And as those signs started coming up, the more you saw it, the more you realized they're just using you. I've not gotten that from, I don't think, any of you here right now. Like, you guys are all actually so nice. If any of you are using me, this is like your sign that you've made it, because you're a really good actor. You should probably consider a career in Hollywood, because I don't pick it up. Like, you are really, really good at hiding it if that's what you're doing. I'm in a state of misery. Oh. I used to live in Missouri. It was a state of misery. You have merch? I do have merch. I want to come, but I actually need to come due to the fact that I'm uncultured. I need to experience the elements. We'll listen to Linkin Park. We'll listen to NF. And maybe we'll do 3 Days Grace. I think that's a good one. Papa Roach. You guys can add to the list, too. I would add Taylor Swift, but I think some of you would wrinkle your noses, so I'm just going to refrain from adding that one. I'll come if you pick me up. We'll go across the ocean. I'll get, like, Astro van, and we'll party. We'll party, don't worry. I want to go on the road trip. Hey, let's go, Ellently. We'll pick you up, too. I mod for Duvid, stream, and Discord in July. MIG for stream and Discord in August. Avid stream and Discord September, October. And then I mod the SPK Discord. That is insane. That is actually insane, Voided. What the heck? That is awesome. Wow. Teach me your ways, Master Oogway. Oh, don't remind me. Yeah, that was the time, wasn't it? I'm on for 9 content creators, YouTube channels, Twitch channels, and Discords. That is crazy. I think, how many do I mod for? Let's see. Active creators right now. I'm going to count Kit, because I do mod her Discord, and it's pretty active. And then I mod for Alfie. Outside of that, I also am modding for an event coming up in January, which I guess I could talk about since it's been announced now on Twitter. It's called District Civilization SMP, I believe. You guys can check it out. You can look it up on Twitter, I think, is where it's at right now. I'm going to be actually a mod for that. So you guys can go apply if you wanted to. Road trip to one of their concerts, maybe? I'd be in. Ooh, okay. Yeah, we could make that happen. We'll just go on tour with them. I think that works, right? Who is that? Taylor Swift? I wonder who that could be, Coral. You wouldn't know, right? You wouldn't know. 198 tax submissions. You're coming up on 200, Coral. That is crazy. I'm a mature adult. Take your time. Grow. Make connections. Modding was not intentional. That's fair. It sort of happens. That makes sense. I'll be 100% real. When I join a community, very rarely do I actually want to become a mod. Like, I want to help, but being a mod is, like, not on the forefront of my mind. Elfie just sent me a message out of the blue one day and asked if I wanted to mod. And then, Kit opened applications just a couple of days after I had met her, and I applied as a joke. And I got mod. Like, literally, if I don't know if I could pull it up. I'm gonna try. Let me see. It would probably be forums.google.com. I'm pretty sure I can find my application, and it'll... I literally memed, I'm pretty sure, the entire time. Am I still in here? I am. Okay. Question, individual. I was... Oh, I didn't know some of these people applied. I'm getting some beef there. I didn't put my Minecraft username in there? Why would you like to moderate for Kitrix? 1, Kit is cool. 2, I've noticed there's many times where her viewers don't take her no as a no and keep asking for stuff. I think I could help straighten them up. 3, it gives me another excuse to hang out. Do you like potatoes? Yes. I put my age group in there. What time zone are you in? EST, the best time zone. How active are you on Twitch or YouTube lives? Generally, a couple times a day. Discord often. I listed all of my content creators I mod for. I apparently did 14 different content creators here. I got me, Alias, Lardo, Marie, Athema. Super experienced. I could be there sometimes, which ended up being a lot more. I put my Minecraft server as a place that I create content. That's funny. I have 20. What qualities do you have that you believe would make you a good moderator? 20 years of experience with basic human empathy. 4 years of moderating for other channels plus mine. I also play guitar. Not sure how it helps, but I can do it. Then there were some basic situations here that I answered. My closing statement. Have a good day, smile, and for the love of God, fix your posture. Oh, that's great. That's funny. Okay. That is really, really funny. I didn't really take it super seriously. There was some stuff that I did answer seriously, but I did meme on other parts. Like I said, the guitar playing had no bearing on it. I found that helps though with applications and job applications especially. The amount of people that like take their job applications super seriously. Like, I'm a personality hire when I get when I get hired, which I've not been hired in a long time. So take that for what it's worth. I've filled out a lot of applications. Maybe I should take it more seriously. But when I applied for Walmart, I did not take that seriously at all. And I got called the very next day after applying. Like, I did not have to wait very long at all. I just put a lot of jokes on there, and boom, I was in. Drop us all a link to a Spotify listening party. There we go. Now we can do it. I'm a Nepo mod. The SPK guys pass their mods around. That's true. That is so true. I'm worried that I'm gonna get like voluntold to go mod for somebody one day. I'm actually not that scared of it. I got banned. This is so random. Okay, I made a joke in Avid's chat one time. This is back when he had like only maybe 20 viewers at a time. And Avid was still tame. Okay, like, this was before they had gone a little more crazy. I say crazy. A little more... Maybe not. What's the term I'm looking for here? Before Avid started walking the line of family-friendly and not family-friendly, I suppose. I made a joke of asking about Milkman's milk. And, you know, looking back at it now, I should have probably not have asked because I wasn't, like, somebody that hung around very often. But I got timed out, like, for, I think it was, like, 10 minutes. But I had to know. I just wanted to know about Milkman's milk, and nobody will tell me. I mean, shoot, I've actually talked face-to-face with Milkman, I'm pretty sure. And I still don't have an answer about Milkman's milk. And I want to know why he's sad. Why is Milkman so sad? I heard a trigger word. Throw some middle-class rut on there. Ooh, now we're talking. I actually don't know who they are, but we can make it happen. Looks up at you and mad face due to you probably being taller than me. How tall do you think I am? I feel like Voided gives off short energy, but I'm not sure. You're modding for District Civ and saying you did. I didn't know that was a secret. Yeah, I'm a mod for District Civ. You guys should all apply if you haven't already. I might be able to help vouch for some of you. I'm just saying. Like, I could say, I know who that person is. You should definitely let them in. They're trustworthy. Whoa. One of my goals as a streamer for 2026 is participate in at least one event or short SMP with people that aren't all already my friends. That's fair. That is completely fair. And you should do it. Apply for everything. Twitch SMP will probably have a season 8 in 2026. I don't know how long it will last, but you could definitely apply for that as well. With the names that you know, a lot of them have actually been in Twitch SMP or are adjacent to Twitch SMP. So you can put that on your application as reference as well, just to prove, like, hey, I am not gonna just, like, absolutely blow up everything in existence. I leverage my connections in applications if I apply for things all the time. Applied as a joke. I feel like that's how life works. Honestly, though. Yeah. Just saying you modding people are crazy, but cool crazy, I guess. Yeah. I really should not be a mod. I don't know why I'm a mod. The things I've said, guys, I should not be a mod. I should not be a mod. Duvid opened up apps, and unsurprisingly, all 3 of the main viewers got modded. Mig temp modded me because Viking rated from the front page, and he only had 1 mod. Avid, his mods were getting overwhelmed. Safartini made a list of reputable mods. I happened to know beforehand I was on the list. Most students. That is awesome. It's all about being at the right place at the right time, I suppose. That's fair. That makes sense. I haven't had to make it... When was the last time I added a mod? It's been probably a couple of years, I think. Maybe just 1. I don't know. Or joining this one person's chat one day and just had mod. I've done that a couple of times. They didn't ask, they just modded, which is fine, I guess. Mig just never unmodded me. You just earned it, I guess. We really gambled with money. I didn't put... What application? Totally see why you got picked. I got picked just because I have a personality, I guess. I don't know. Pretty sure I don't get modded for my bot slaying or other capabilities, but rather my people corral ability. You do have a way with, like, getting people to behave. I will agree there. People respect you, and it's not because you force them to respect you. It's just people want you to like them, I think. Which is nice. I'm Teehee silly, but double as professional. The main reason people get modded funnies, probably, honestly. Yeah, I forgot Avid was small once. Off the rails, okay, buddy. Lamau, 10, dang. So, buddy, still no answer? Still no answer on what? I'm sorry, Oh, yeah, no answer on Milkman's milk, yeah. He had lied about his name. He's not sad or sells milk. What? Now that's news to me. His username was passed on to him by his brother. It came from Yogscast. That would make sense. That would make sense, I guess. What's District Civ? It is a SMP that will run for, I think it's 7 to 10 days, where there's 4 different, I'm trying to think of what's been announced, because there's a lot of secrets about it. There's 4 different sections within this SMP, and we will sort people out based on their personalities and such, so that it works out pretty good. But there'll be different challenges, and if you die, you're dead, and lots of fun stuff like normal Civilization servers. And then at some point in time, the district will be able to do stuff at the end because the walls will drop. I don't want to spoil anything because I, again, don't know what's been said. But it's pretty exciting. You don't have to be a content creator to join it. We will fill it up with people who aren't content creators if we have to. However, we are predominantly looking for content creators because we want to put on a good show for everybody if we can. Yeah, no, Bucko, I'm not signing up for that. If I do it, it might just be a whole joke. Hey, that's fine. That's fine. You miss all the shots you don't take. That's all I'm saying. I ask about my height because I get answers of 5 foot, 6'4". Really? Really? That is interesting. I do wonder, I think I've said it on stream a couple times, but for those of you who don't know, how tall do you think I am? Because I don't usually stand up where you guys can see me and compare my height to something on screen. So I'm curious what height I give off. That's why you're a mod, you got funnies? I guess so. I guess so. I've been in some scary places that I mod in. I am fearless. The fact that you mod for Avid, yeah. I'm scared of Avid's chat. It's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. Pi for Minecraft, Twitch would be Kit. I forgot we modded Kit. Yeah, she helped with the 12-hour stream last year. I really needed her help. It was actually very clutch. I modded Musie's Discord, but we're friends. That's fair. You can never have enough Discord mods, it feels like. The amount of people that get hacked and start posting links, it's crazy. But if you set up a couple of good bots, it usually catches a lot of it, but you never know. You never know. I look up to you, Voided. If you can mod and survive an Avid chat with Scott in it. What was, What was Avid? Sire Daddy? Was that what was happening that one day? I don't know. I popped into chat at one point and Avid was saying something and it was crazy. It was crazy stuff. Sounds rough to think about. No, not the ads. I'm sorry. Remember me, Voided. I'm gonna crash my... No. Hotel? Travago. I think I know. You probably do know. 6'1"? That's interesting. Okay. My ads just restarted. No! No! I'm so sorry, Voided. I have trauma from ads. Fair enough. Or Avid. Avid is scary. I was over there. Avid was working on, like, these towers, I guess. And, there's, like, this big ball on the top. And the shapes just were shaping. Avid tried, it just it did not look very it was on brand, I guess, but it was very questionable. It was very, very questionable. From what I've seen, the chat's mellowed out. A lot of them came from bigger streamers that don't read as much of chat, and also just different chat cultures. I only mod streams on Fridays, and I do week-long shifts of being active in AvidCord, and then break. I heavily corralled all the people early on to correct behavior and like chat culture, much more habitable there. Just busy. It's definitely busy, but goodness, bless your soul, dude. I imagine that's when you're trying to like make sure that everybody follows the rules at the beginning. You do have to be heavy-handed. That's scary though. That is probably pretty scary. Unrelated fun fact: I used to go to Avid streams a lot, but stopped for several months until modding because he kept doxing himself. I couldn't take it. I think I don't know how much I can say, but I know a lot about Avid because I also remember him doxing himself a lot. I know general location. I'm pretty sure I remember his name. Like Avid is a very smart person, very hyper aware of internet culture and online safety. There's just some things that I don't want to know about people online so that their own safety is thought of, and sometimes it's easy to say things without thinking, or there's places online that just dox it by default, and you have to go back and fix it. It's a scary thing. Unrelated fun fact, I read that. Oh no. Scary, but I'm good at it. I know his city. And probably what side of town it's evil, I don't want to know. For context, he is relatively vague. However, he moved to my town, so I picked up on a lot. Oh, I see. Yeah, that could definitely do it then. You're one of the people that wouldn't use that info. Yeah, definitely. It'll be crazy if one day you just run into Avid at a grocery store. It could happen. It could happen. I literally removed myself from Avid's chat. He's a great person, but he's way too, how do I say, hyper? It's a different energy. Everybody's got their own preferences. I like being in different energy chats. Like, I love Elfie, for example. Elfie's very laid back and chill, probably even more laid back and chill than I am. I also, on the opposite end of the spectrum, love Kit streams, which have like a heavy dynamic where it's crazy chaotic, but it's also crazy chill at times, depending on if she decides that she's gonna build a pagoda for 14 hours or whatever, you know? On the same token, I also love the chaotic streams that Avid sometimes has, but also the cozy vibes. I love how personal Avid streams can be at times, while still being very grand in scale. Everybody's got their own style, and everybody's got their own tastes when it comes to streams. I've just got a very eclectic taste, and I recognize that. In that 14 hours, I watched K-pop Demon Hunters. I watched it after that. I think it was the next day after, because I got told that I was being grumpy and that I needed to take a nap. Apparently, I was, I admittedly, the way my messages came off did come off that I was grumpy and just being a jerk. So I'm glad that I was told to take a nap. I love the laid back but sometimes chaotic streams. It's great. I like some energy change, you know? Like, for example, Mr. Beast videos, it kind of just goes up and the energy stays up. I like a little bit of a flow where it's kind of like up and down, up and down, up and down, where like one moment you're sitting here and you're just talking about something, and then like somebody says something in chat and you're like, I want to make fun of that. So I'm going to start graveling my voice and we're going to start talking about this and we're going to like get higher energy. It's a lot more fun to have that flow. It's more paced out, I feel like. So I like Mig. Mig is great. I love Mig streams. I wish I could be there more often. This was before Kit disappeared without any announcement or Merry Christmas message. You get used to it after a while. Kit is busy. We love Kit so much, but we'll be honest. I'll be honest. You know, schedules are hard when it comes to school and work and life and streaming. If she could stream, she would. The only thing she likes more than streaming, I think, is reading. Which she's more recently gotten into again. But a lot of things get in the way. I don't envy her position. I realize I know a lot more than the average person when it comes to the Kit stuff, because I'm actually like somebody that she talks to about this stuff on occasion. So like, I try not to reveal everything, but I also want you guys to know she's not intentionally just ignoring everything there. It's just life is stupid sometimes. I met this one person online who somehow lived in my hometown while I was there, and even though the population was under like 5K. That is crazy. There's somebody who watches my streams who goes to a college near me. They go... It's like not super far away, and I go over to the town that college is in fairly often to shop and eat. And I'm worried that one day they're going to see me there, and I don't know what I'm going to do. Because I don't talk about my state anymore. I don't, is it like a small college? It's not small. It's not, it's actually kind of a large school. But, it is a pretty large school. You all would probably have heard of it. In fact, I know somebody who, I know a content creator who almost went to the college that, that this person that watches me goes to. Like, it's that large that I almost knew 2 people that go there. Is it the state college? It is, it would be a state college. Yes. It's not small, though. Although I do have a smaller college near me that I think some of you would have heard of as well. But it's crazy, yeah. The internet is such a small, but also large place. I don't get to be in Elfie streams a lot, but I really like them. They're so nice. They're so nice. I can't wait for Elfie's next stream. I want to just, like, chill for a little bit. It's nice to lurk there. Again, because of proximity, I definitely don't know where he lives to. Definitely. The chat has just gotten a lot. I still love going to Avid streams every now and then, but it's busy in there. I usually end up watching and not chatting. That's fair. That's completely fair. I love his videos and streams, and rah! Kids like Poseidon from Percy Jackson. I don't know much about Poseidon from Percy Jackson, but yes. Probably. and yet you sometimes get lore wrong, so I'm not perfect and don't claim to be. Fair enough. I miss Kit. I hope things go well with her. I do too. I do too. I understand with a Discord of over 1,000 people and a simple announcement would be nice. That's fair. I know she wants to do better. It's just there's a lot more there than what even I know. One of the SPK Lurker fans also lives in Avidville. Makes me giggle. That's interesting. That is so interesting. It's a small 50 states. Let's go. List off every state college. Did you hear LFE's Lord of the Rings announcement? Is there a more recent announcement other than just like that we're doing a movie night at some point? I don't see one. I do want to watch it with you guys at some point. I think it'd be so fun. I know one person who goes there. Oh, you that's interesting. That is interesting. Chances of that happening, oh goodness. It's interesting. No, just that. Okay, gotcha. I moved, but we lived like maybe 2 blocks from each other. That is so wild. Wow. That is kind of scary. The internet... I'm sorry. The internet is just crazy to me in that sense. Really, really crazy. Man. How does that happen? How does that happen? Okay, I'm sorry. We're getting a little off track. I will still read your chat messages, but I'm going to quickly just recap the Twitch thing. I'll read your messages. We'll move to the YouTube. I'll read your messages. We'll go down the list. Just doing that, so on and so forth. But I'll still talk to you guys. We're still off track. It's fine. It's fine. We're probably like a little ADHD here, but it's okay. That'll actually come up in here at some point soon. Because I need to get that diagnosed so I can be me again. See, we did not go to any schools together, but we very easily could have. That is wild. That is so wild. Wow. Just reminded me I told Nathan I'd join Alfie's Discord at some point. You should do it. You should definitely do it. It would be a lot of fun. Like at some point we'd circle back to the list here. Definitely at some point. Probably somebody coming in and saying, when are you doing King SMP Season 4? And then I'd have to break the bad news to them. Which I'm not gonna do just yet. I don't want you guys to be mad at me. So recap, Twitch. I love you guys. Really, I do. But I've been treating you guys like as the engine for content. Twitch has a terrible algorithm though. If you want actual like viewership growth on Twitch, there's just no way to get it just by streaming on Twitch. You gotta get incredibly lucky, which I have. Like, to get to the point that I've been in Twitch and to be in the spaces that I've been allowed into, I'm so thankful for it. I can't say thank you enough. But if you want to go anywhere beyond that, you actually got to go other places. So we're cutting down to 3 streams a week. We're treating those streams as secondary. So what that means is try to get as much work as I can done on throughout the day so that I can do streams. And those streams are also going to feed into content. So for example, our community day will be clip farming, essentially. So doing things that are highly clippable, and setting up little keybinds so that my stream deck can clip it for me when I just press a button. Like that's the kind of stuff we'll be doing community day. It'll also just be a great way for me to connect with you guys and have some fun where we can play mini games, or when King SMP eventually comes back eventually, then you know, we'll move over to that. There's gonna be creative streams. So I'll be trying to build a realm map so I can get the realm map maker cape. And then that'll also be a YouTube series. And then I'll also be doing a survival series of some sort that'll also be on YouTube. And that'll have either be an SMP, Forever World, Hardcore World. I haven't confirmed anything there yet. And that will feed into time lapses and things of that nature. And hopefully that'll all feed into the main engine. So, like, this is the fuel of our car. Our metaphorical car. Our engine, though, is YouTube, right? So YouTube, we want to make the Realm Map Maker Cape series. I haven't decided what that's going to look like yet exactly, but essentially, I'm going to be trying to get the Realm Map Maker Cape using a creative world of some sort. Now, I'm not confirming it yet, but I really want to do a Forever World. I feel like we've talked about it, we've danced around the topic a lot. I want to do it. So I'm going to plan it. I would like your guys' input on it. Like, how should I even do this? I don't know what I'm doing. But I want to do survival content because I want to eventually do more SMP stuff. I want to show that I'm actually a valuable creator outside of update news. I want to be where the people are. I want to, like, actually... I want to build and do stuff long-term, too. Like, a forever SMP just isn't viable in a creator sense. At least a large creator sense. But I want to change the format a little bit with the way people are running their current Forever Worlds. It's very intimidating to jump in at episode 266, right? So what if we flipped it on its head a little bit? And I'm coming up with some ideas on how that might work. We'll see. We'll see. Also, I need to read chat messages. I'm sorry. It's not that active, not missing much. Okay, wait, what? Bad News King? Don't worry about it. Candy Days sounds like fun. It'll be so much fun. I can't wait. I would say I'm glad I'm in Belgium and no one would ever run into me, but Belgium is tiny and I'd be easy to find. Good thing I'd never stream, I guess. I mean, I don't know, like, anything about you, I guess. But with how tiny Belgium is, I suppose it wouldn't be hard. I just gotta look for somebody who likes the same taste of music I have. I'll just stand, like, in the middle of Belgium with a whole bunch of... with, like, a boombox, and I'll play the music I know you like, because I also like it. And, if I see somebody that slightly bobs their head to the music, I'll assume it's you. Eventually. 2026 is gonna be big dog year. I can't wait. It's gonna be great. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm excited. Safe for now. Wheels on the bus go round and round. Your metaphor is making sense now. It's making sense. It's making sense. Forever World. It could happen. It could happen. Open applications? For what? I will answer that. I'm just like, I'm blanking on what I was talking about there. Dude, I spawned 10 blocks from the entrance of a woodland mansion on my Forever World. That is awesome. That is a sign of a really cool Forever World right there. It means you're invited. Welcome in. Yeah, you are an illager now. I've driven through Belgium a few times. Nice country. Grass Pop Metal meeting is the place to be. Just saying. I see. Okay. Noted. If I show up, I will, I'll have to pop by if I ever show up in Belgium. Belgium chocolate is great. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I like Belgian waffles. Those are pretty good. For the Forever World, perhaps if I have a different definition of Forever World. If I do a Forever SMP, yes, there will be applications for that. Just for single player, though. Although my Forever World is going to be a little different. there might be some moments where I do invite people to play on it with me. It's my world. It's just occasionally there may be like a time where I'm like, hey, I want this person to come on and play with me for this one thing. So it's not a no. It's not a no. There will also occasionally be SMP stuff later on, but I'm going to talk to you guys about that when we get to King SMP, because that's when that will kind of be more important. But the Forever world itself is single player focused. My condolences, I assume that car is broken now. Dang. That's so fair. If you start it and need someone to start placing blocks in a uniform, simplistic manner, you know who to call. I gotcha, dude. I gotcha. I'll have the perfect project lined up for you. I gotcha. Other YouTube channel things. I want to start posting shorts. I think there's no way around it at this point. I need to start posting them. I also want to do update news still. That's just something I really enjoy doing. I like covering the update news. It was something I loved watching. And, but I really want to... I really want to continue that. I like being the update guy. There's nothing wrong with that. I just need to update the format for the update news, to including shorts, to including Forever World stuff, to including clips. Shorts is the way to go, I think. I just need to take it more seriously, I guess. It's long gone now. Survived many European road trips, though. That's awesome. That's one of the cool things about Europe that I really like, is the idea of being able to go on a European road trip. That would be cool. Just drive through all of Europe. You know, it's cool to do here in the US too, because you can drive across state lines really easily. But it doesn't sound as cool to say I drove through several states when you could say I drove through several countries. Like, that'd be so fun. I've rotated the idea of turning old areas of my world into, like, adventure map. Realizing that this idea is just single-player misadventures SMP. There's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that at all. Honestly, we're gonna kind of do something like that for King SMP Season 4. To a certain degree. There will be official community-built areas where I'll, like, start building a project and invite you guys to come help me build in. And we'll turn them into, like, little dungeons and stuff where you guys could do some stuff there. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, though. Outside of that, what else do we need to do on YouTube? We're still going to do live streams there. I don't think I need to do any community posts. I don't think those are very fruitful right now. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for YouTube. Now I'm thinking about it. Shorts and reels, if you're willing to be put on Metasocial, they have good reach and a somewhat decent algorithm. But, you know, Meta, yeah, it's... I do want to get on reels at some point. I'm scared to, but I need to. Instagram has a lot of algorithm. It's an insanely good algorithm, really. What even is King SMP? It is my viewer joinable survival world. That you guys usually be able to join. It's just vanilla SMP, you know, it's nothing too crazy. A couple of cool plugins. We'll get there when we get there. I'll talk about that in a little bit more depth soon. Contact me to Terraform. I'm so out of the loop on King SPL join eventually. Contact me to terraform. Terraforming is so fun. I love terraforming. I'll be normal trust. Terraform on Elfies, but no one buys my Terra Pass. Aw. I need to play on Elfies server some more. It's hard to find time for everything. I'm on your world's rag. Hey, you know, we could do some crazy terraforms. Okay, hang on. Okay. Hear me out, guys. I do, on my Forever World, I do a huge mountain range project. And I could just invite a bunch of people to do it, but I think it would be fun to do like a multi-episode thing where I invite like one person at a time to do a certain section of it. So I'm just gonna spitball names here. These aren't necessarily people I would invite right away do it, and it's not necessarily them committing to it. But let's just say, okay, like Voided, you say you want to do like some terraforming, so we could say this episode, Voided is gonna help me with this section, and we're gonna build this sort of area and kind of make it look cool. And then the next episode after that, also in that same spot, my music got stopped. Can I like skip some of this music to get to the longer music? There we go. Thank you, Minecraft. But then like the next one would be like, okay, Elfie's gonna help with this area, and we're gonna build this thingy, and then we'll go just down the list until the whole mountain range is done, and I've had enough help, and I've done enough of it myself as well. I don't want every project to be like a collaborative experience, but I do want people to be able to have the opportunity to make their mark on the world. Especially for larger projects where it could get boring. I think it'd be a lot of fun to have somebody hop on and just like, almost like Stampy kind of ish. Yes, it would be like Stampy's Lovely World in the sense that there's multiple people on there, but it is my world. And then I would just, in turn, if they would like me to join them on any of their stuff, I would love to. But if they don't want that, then that's okay too. I've been looking for ways to collaborate with other people, and that's the best way I can think of it, is I want to do something that makes sense. I want to collab with people when the timing is right and the idea is right, not just because we made up an idea that forces us to work together, you know? So I want to use people's talents, and I want to use our friendships wisely so that when we look at it from an objective point of view, that collab just was too good of an idea to pass up on. I've got a couple of ideas sort of like that I'm working up on, but I don't think I can just do them. But I've got some ideas of some other people that I'd like to do at some point, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. For context, several people have compared my terracotta to terraforming to Elfian scale. Oh my goodness. Daunting compliment? That sounds cool. That's a huge compliment. That is a massive compliment, dude. I mean, Elfies... We've seen Elfie's builds. If you guys haven't seen King Elfie's builds, look up King Elfie. Go watch like a couple of videos from him. Go see his last Skyblock Kingdom stream even. And see the continent that he built. Like, this guy builds. This guy terraforms. Elfie, getting a compliment that refers to you as Elfie in scale is a massive compliment. That is awesome. Well, I'll start cooking up some ideas, Voided. You gotta be careful giving me ideas. But I'll make sure you're on the docket somewhere. I think that'd be fun. And of course, if any of you guys have talents that I haven't heard about when it comes to Minecraft, you know, I'm sure we'll come up with ideas there as well. Because I'm not exclusive to just saying, okay, yeah, we're gonna only do these videos with other creators, or I'm only gonna let other creators on the world. I may also pull on occasionally people who just play Minecraft for fun and watch streams and watch videos, you know. I think it would be fun. I just genuinely think it would be fun. I can build. I know you can. Your builds go crazy, Swiftu. Your builds go absolutely crazy. Recap. YouTube is now the engine. I'm gonna shoot for 1 to 2 videos a week, and then I'd like to try to post shorts. Not necessarily every day, but maybe every other day. To help feed the algorithm a little bit. So whenever there's update news, post a update video, and then also do a short that recaps everything in that video really quickly so that people who only watch shorts will see it. And then we would do a short maybe on the Forever World every month. We could do the same thing for the Map Maker Cape series, because I probably only do a video on that every month, once every month or two, because there's only so much you could do within a week, you know? For me to actually do a... I mean, I could just run it like a survival series, I suppose, but I'd be worried about that. Like, I don't know how that would go. I'm gonna have to rattle that around in my head. I know Avid did like a CMP thing, creative multiplayer idea. I don't know how that ended up turning out. I do like that concept, but essentially I'd be doing that single player. I just gotta figure out how that would look in a video format so that people would be interested in watching it. So that we could do major progress, so things that you'd see in time lapses, putting that up in like I guess doing those in streams. I'm gonna have to think about that. Give me some time to think about it. But anyway, that's how we'll utilize shorts. Shorts will kind of just be an experiment for a little bit, but I'd like to get a backlog of those set up, have them tie into videos if I can, and hopefully just test out the algorithm a little bit more, because I want to get us to the next steps, and the only way to get to the next steps is to take steps that to try things that you've never tried before, I guess. I don't know if that makes any sense. I can build. I suck at structure building. I do too. I'm really good at terraforming, I feel like. I'm still trying to learn texturing, but I love big terraforms. My last big build, let me see if I can actually pull a terraform that I did. King SMP, screenshots. Maybe it's in custom pack screenshots. Yeah. This is just one small picture of what I've done. As you can see, come on. There we go. As you can see, like, this is just one singular section that I've done. It's very basic with stone, but I've done some structures. I hate the structures. We're not going to talk about those. I wish I had more time to work on it. That's why I want to do a Forever World. I'll do my larger scale projects like this, where mountain ranges are 1,000 blocks long, because I can work on it for however long I want. The river and mountainside cliff was crazy. Oh, dude, it was. It was insane. Let me see if I can find another picture here. I also played Tricks SMP on here, so I gotta find... It's my thumbnail instance, apparently. I don't have a really good picture otherwise. Otherwise, I would show it to you guys. I technically have the world, but it would take forever to load it up. It's not worth it. I'll do like a world tour of that at some point, I think. It'll be fun. Oh, wow. Okay, hello. That's a little far. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Do-do-do. Guess I'll just watch the video. Fair enough. Up to 3 people can get a cape per map, I think. Okay, gotcha, gotcha. So I could have 3 people help me with the map, technically, then. Trying new things is always good. Yeah, I'm right there with you there. I like exploring and spelunking in Minecraft. I don't know. I like terraforming until a few months ago. Casually in a friend SMP, nothing to do with Alfie, which made the compliment even crazier to me, especially because I still think he's insane. Yeah, that's awesome. What the heck? I'll just show off my group's plans for this SMP, but spoilers. Maybe after we build the first area, I'll show off the creator version. Please, yes, absolutely. I would love. I want to see. Admiral, thank you for spending your taxes. I appreciate it. And yeah, you most likely are gonna have to make 2 maps to get a cape. Probably, which is fine. That is completely and totally fine. You don't remember the pain of draining the river. Oh my gosh. Draining the river took forever. It was awful. That was terrible. Admiral fashionably late as always. At least he's fashionable. At least he's fashionable. Really quick VOD channel. I just want to keep up. Just keep posting the VODs as we go. Outside of that, I want to do a rebrand on there because it still has old branding on it. I want to update all that to the new stuff at some point this year, and I want to recatalog. How do you spell catalog? Catalog. That doesn't look right. How do you? None of those words are what I'm looking for. No. Did I spell it right? You guys have UE as well. Is there an English versus European spelling? Am I just now realizing, like... No? Is this wrong? Because that's what my... I'm gonna Google it. Hang on. Catalog versus catalog. Yeah, it's American versus British. What? Huh. So, without the UE, it's preferred in the US and commonly used in the US. The catalog UE would be preferred in UK, Canada, Australia. Most commonly used in the UK and Commonwealth countries. I know why that is. The US removed a lot of letters from words to make printing cheaper, especially when it rose up in like Great Depression eras and during wars. But it's crazy the times that you'll run into it where it's like you think you know, but you don't actually know. I'm gonna spell it the British way. I prefer it that way personally. You just set off my Google Assistant. That's interesting. I'm really glad. I can pass as Nathan on voice recognition, I guess. Hey Google, turn on King Ragnog on Twitch. I don't know if your Google does that or not, but I'm gonna try. Especially if you don't end up having the time to join stream, I could just DM you at a later date due to favoritism, of course. I mean, if you wanna, I would love to. But I mean, I should not be too busy on a Sunday, I think. I did it. No way, that's awesome. Guys, I did it. I did it. I control Nathan's Google. It's great. It's just the word, man. What? Am I insane? No, you're not insane. It's just Americans being a little silly, I guess. I don't know. Google to the rescue. It's just how it's spelled. No? Huh? You just set off my Google Assistant? What did I miss, y'all? Catalog. How would you spell catalog, Water Ghost? Isn't it spelled the same everywhere? Apparently not. Okay, throw people off where I live because of how I spell stuff with zero consistency. Catalog, theater, favorite sometimes, color, harbor, some other stuff. I also like favorite with OU, but I spell color like you do as well. Color, just OR. Harbor, OUR I like as well. Oh, catalog? That's a different spelling. Want to hear how I spell the word pronounced John? We're recolonizing ourselves. I like it. We're Gene? Go on. Pink understands the reference? Okay, I'm gonna trust that. I'll trust you. I'll trust you. I'm confused. Is this how I found out that Reg is actually working as the Google Assistant? I am. I am the Google Assistant. I am. Anytime you talk to your Google, I'm sitting here talking back to you. I am Google. I am Alexa. I am Siri. I am your assistant AIs. You can't do anything without me. Hey Google, play Never Gonna Give You Up. Do a pretty good generic AI assistant voice. That's awesome. I love that. It's helpful when it comes to voice acting, I'm sure. That's one of the most fun parts about doing content is being able to voice act at times. I love it. I never get to do it, but I do love it. I should do some more voice acting roles. I should find a way to do it. Love arguing with self-checkout and messing with my friends giving directions. That's crazy. You're a menace. Didn't do it that time. You probably wasn't loud and clear enough. Probably not. I won't do it because it's like pretty late for you, and I don't know if you're in the mood for some Rick Astley or not, but it would be funny. Love art. Oh yeah, when I worked at Walmart, it gave me trauma. Those self-checkout things. Oh my goodness. Thank you for shopping at Walmart. Don't forget your receipt. Are you paying with cash, credit, or I think the other, what's the other option? Food stamp? Is that the other one? There's 3 options there. Now I can't remember. I haven't been to a Walmart in forever, it feels like. EBT? Yeah. Insert cash or select payment type. Oh, and then the beeping, the incessant beeping of every little thing. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, we're just getting into it now, guys. I remember people wouldn't seat the scan gun on the register sometimes, and so it would just beep and it would chirp like 4 times. It was so annoying. And then like, if nobody was going through your line, but everybody else was going through their lines, you would hear everybody else's beeps just from scanning things. It was so annoying. I'm sorry. Retail sucks. It's a great song. Grew up on that music. Dad played those sorts of songs in the car. I love Never Gonna Give You Up. It's a good song. I'm all for it there. Focus locking. Yes. Yes, thank you. Y'all just reminded him of the beeping. And you didn't even mean to. It wasn't even about the beeping. It was all about... Oh, man. I'm sorry. I'm just... As you can tell, I'm scarred. I'm gonna delay the ads a little bit, because, we're getting to the interesting part here, and I don't want to, like, delay the King SMP portion, because this is where things are gonna be, like, I don't think you guys are gonna be mad at me. You're not gonna be mad at me. I'm not, like, canceling King SMP, okay? You guys have some time before your ads kick in, okay? I'm gonna focus. So. Making it hardcore or something? No. So King SMP, the reason we stopped doing King SMP was, funding was a big one. We didn't have enough to buy like a full year in advance for the next season, and I really hate hosting it on rented hardware anyway. It's not cost efficient, and it just turns out to be crap anyway. The last couple of server hosts that we've had have just turned out to be scummy. So I want to buy hardware outright and just host it myself, and then you guys will connect to an actual PC locally, and you can play there. I know a lot of other creators do it this way. It's safe, and if you know what you're doing, you will do just fine. The problem with that is it costs a lot of money to do it. So I'm looking into some methods. I've got some ideas. It's just, I thought I was going to have a job by now, and I don't. And to my dismay, that means King SMP isn't happening yet. I haven't given up on getting a job, but I realized the situation is a lot more dire than what I originally thought. And I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, I guess. And I'm gonna try to actually work full-time, which will go into the ADHD thing that we were talking about earlier a little bit. I don't know if I can get a diagnosis for that, but we'll try. But if I can, then hopefully I'll actually be able to up my hours that I'm actually doing stuff. The last couple of months, it's been like dwindling from 30 hours a week down to 20, down to 10, and we've hovered at like 15 this last month, 15 hours of a week of just working on various content things, and that includes streams. I'm not happy with that. Considering I'm doing nothing else, I should be able to put in 40 hours a week, no problem. And maybe I'm holding myself to an unfair standard, but it doesn't mean I shouldn't, because I want to actually survive. I've been lucky enough that I saved up a lot of money when I did work at Walmart, so that when I came here, and somehow didn't get rehired, I was able to just live off of that, and I've been very good with my money, so that I've not been in dire need, and my parents have found things to pay me for doing for them, that are quite frankly just grindy tasks that I'm able to do anyway. So, until a job comes up or until something changes financially, I'm just gonna say King SMP is on the back burner. I'm still gonna plan things, and if I somehow find like a really cheap machine to host the server on, or if I decide I'm gonna try to run it on a Raspberry Pi, which I've already considered hosting a funny server for a Raspberry Pi just to see if we could do it. Until that's a possibility, it's being delayed indefinitely. That's not the answer anyone wants to hear. It's not the answer I want to give. Because I know everybody's like... I've been saying it's coming soon, and I did mean it was coming soon. But, things changed. My expectations were not, realistic, I guess. I thought getting hired was a lot easier than, it is, apparently. You know, I've stopped short of McDonald's because I feel like I'm worth more than McDonald's. But, at this point, it may very well be the place. So, I'm gonna write it down. Delayed indefinitely. The good news is, when it comes out, we'll have hopefully more bodies to play on the server, so it'll be more fun, because you'll have more people to play around with. I'll be able to afford better hardware so that you guys can have a more smooth experience. We could have maybe some more custom things, like some custom plugins, or even... I've thought about adding a voice chat mod if some of you wanted to use it. It's going to be a questionable thing that I've got to work out on how that would work logistically. You know, I've got some ideas. I've got some ideas on how we could make that more fun and possible. And worth the wait. But there's going to be like a whole network for that server. I'd like to eventually build up into something that would have some mini games in it. Maybe there would be some... There might be some short-run SMPs as well, dotted around, like a... somebody mentioned hardcore earlier. There could be a hardcore world at some point in time that runs for a short period. I've thought about doing a Skyblock short-run viewer-joinable SMP. Amplified. I've even thought about doing some of those things within King SMP as well, like having an amplified terrain biome. So if you run into a certain biome, there's like a 10% chance it generates as amplified terrain instead of normal. Would be interesting. I'm just toying around with ideas. I haven't planned anything officially. But it's delayed indefinitely until things improve a little bit more. I'm still hoping for this year, because there's a lot of things that I want to bring to you guys, and there's a lot of things I want to go do next year that would require me to actually have money. Like, I'd love to go to TwitchCon. I've been asked by a couple of my friends if I would go, and they won't go if I don't go. So I would kind of like to go. But ultimately, you know, that's all at the mercy of other people, as long as I'm doing my due diligence and filling out applications and working my butt off wherever I can. I just want it to be known it's not out of a lack of maturity. I am trying. There's a lot of invisible moving pieces, and I don't want it to look like I'm lazy. That's all. I want that to be known. The job market is a fun place. Did you guys know that? Healthcare is always hiring. I really wish I had a medical degree. Like, just had one. If I wasn't, I hate school. Could not do school. And there's a lot of school with medical degrees. I want to get into the tech field. So I've been actually thinking, this is another place, because I do a lot of work for my dad. He pays me to do data entry, essentially. He's got a lot of, what do you call it? Paper documents. And I scan them, and then I put them into Word documents for him. Really easy. But he pays me a lot of money to do that. So I'm hoping I could take some of that and invest it into some content things, but more long-term into a career. So to help me get certifications, like, for example, CompTIA, computer science sort of things there. I would like to do that if I can. Because I've got some friends who they are in, like, help desk, for example. And I've got a... I mean, I've already told you guys I'm near a state school. There's a hospital that goes with that, as most state schools have. And they're always hiring for tech help, but they just won't accept me for whatever reason. So I figure if I add more tools onto the tool belt, it'll help make me a little more desirable. And then I can just... I know a lot of them, what they'll do is they'll pay you to actually go get more certifications so you can get paid to do more. So that would be my goal, I guess. We'll see. We'll see. I'm trying. I'm really trying. But I definitely agree. Healthcare is always hiring in all sorts of positions. And in my specific area, I don't want to give away too much, but they're doing a lot of expansions. So, absolutely. We're always going to prize you over some SMP. I appreciate that. I do. I'll join King SMP Trust. I would. You can't really have voice chat mod on consoles. Yes. There's a plugin that does it through Discord. So you would join the Discord call and it would change the volumes for you so you can hear certain people within distances. I thought about doing that. I'd kind of like to do a Java version of the mod and then also have a plugin so that I would have to make a custom mod for it, but I think I could do it. Either I pay somebody to make it or I make it myself. I want to pour money into King SMP. I'm at a point in my life right now where outside of just, I guess, outside of investing in myself and my future, I can, like, pour a lot of money into making a good experience for you guys, if at all possible. We'll see if we get there or not. When we get there, the world may look a lot different, and I may go, you know, this is not feasible anymore. We'll have to wait and see. Redacted SMP tomorrow. Yo, let's go. Redacted SMP. There's a lot of jokes I want to make about that, but I'm going to refrain. There's entry-level healthcare, specifically caregiving and homemaking. That's what I do. I make like $19, but I have experience. I'll have to look into that then. That could be a good field. I love helping people, so that would be fun, I think. Don't worry, I won't dox you. What if I told you, Voided, that I also live next to you? No, I don't. I'm Eastern time, but would have been funny. Or is he? I could be lying. I could just be lying about everything and nothing at the same time. Paper documents, you youngsters probably don't remember those days. Paper documents are fun. My dad used to have everything digital. It was just the hard drive went bad on him and he didn't have it backed up. Able to come up with so many words to describe you, but lazy will never be one. Well, I appreciate that. That means a lot. I feel lazy, but I know that has to do with some other things. So I know it's I appreciate it. iPad kid, that's wild. 1920s, man. I hate your swag. Do you think rewriting your skills would do anything? Like sometimes the wording makes a difference. I do think it would. I need to do a better job at displaying skills. I purposely leave off what I've been doing the last 5 years, I guess now. Because I realize that doesn't help a lot other than resourcefulness. The problem is a lot of hiring coordinators, they turn you off as soon as you say anything related to being a social media manager or anything of that nature. So what I do instead is I'm a little deceptive. I put on there What did I describe myself as last time for a tech position? I think it was something like, well, for example, I applied to Starbucks. I remember this one. And on my resume, I put community manager. Because I'm a community manager. And I talk about how I manage several customers at one time for extended periods of time, coordinating their needs and fixing issues on the fly. I deal with customers of all ages and, you know, things of that nature. And then you go into your skill sets that you get from that job. The cool thing about content is, like, you get a lot of skills here. I have a lot of people skills. I can't talk to anybody about anything, usually. Unless it's a girl. Then I can't talk to because I get scared. But I do like to put on there, like, for example, I do a lot of my own IT work. I've replaced several bad parts in my my computer. I'm very literate, sorry, not illiterate, when it comes to technology. So I can read a document and usually understand what it means so I can fix things. That's kind of helpful at times. I know how to use Microsoft Word. You know, I put on a lot of things like that. Scared of girls need to practice the Riz. I am the Riz. Nobody can be more Rizzy than me. Not possible. Not possible. Don't worry, I won't talk to you. Or is he good at resumes? Let me rework a blank version of yours. Honestly, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I would definitely consider anybody helping me with with resumes at this point. Ads, no, I'm sorry. Oh, that's a quote. I don't know what you mean. I got all the Riz, guys. My Riz is simply just Rizzier. I don't want to talk about my Riz. We are gonna have to talk about it at the end of this list. I'm scared of that. It's gonna be a thing. I guess I should fill out the rest of King SMP really quick just so we can get that out of the way. So King SMP is delayed indefinitely. Waiting. Hang on. Waiting on money. On finance. We wanna word this professionally. We're waiting on finance stuff. By the way, this list isn't like just what I'm gonna look at for the rest of the year. I'm gonna like look at this as my goal sheet, and then I'm gonna design monthly sheets off of this to get me a step closer to the end goal. So, for in the case of this month or January when that comes up, I'll be planning out the realm map. I'll be planning out the Forever World. I'll be planning my shorts and my updates. I'll be doing a lot of planning in January while maintaining the current schedule. And then February is where you'll start seeing a lot of those changes start coming up because we're there. And you want to see John? Post on Elfies? Oh boy. I would love to. I'd love to see that. Water Ghost. I'll respond to that after Stream Infinite. That's gold. That is gold. Posted John in your server? Okay. Media? Yeah. Oh, okay. Cute little fella. Very, very John. Very John. You go to YouTube to get a break from the ads? I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should have done like an unlisted stream or something. That way it wouldn't have, gotten any impressions and ruined things, but it would have been at least an escape for you guys. I wonder, could I set that up right now? I don't know, hang on. Content. Go live. Yeah, just reuse, I guess. Invisible stream. We'll just ignore the description. I can't change the thumbnail. I want to just remove it, but it won't let me. Can I just go to the desktop and pull like a weird thumbnail? What's untitled.png? That's for a different video. Okay, we'll just leave it alone. It's fine. Okay. Customization visibility unlisted. Okay. Done. We'll go with that. Okay. Did that work? Okay. I started an invisible stream on YouTube so that you guys can get a break from the ads. That didn't work though. Okay, how do I fix that? I guess I'd have to... Boop. There we go. There you go. If you want a break from the ads, there you go. There's a link. Name another streamer who would start a stream just so you guys can avoid things like that. I'll wait. Okay. Want to break from the ads? Download Spotify Premium today. Okay. Hopefully that helps. Where were we? Right. Omnia. Ah. Okay. This one's a scary one. I still don't know what I'm doing when it comes... Okay, hang on. Focus. There we go. I still don't know what I'm doing when it comes to game development, so I'm setting ambitious goals here. For those of you who don't know, I'm working on a video game called Omnia. It's a game where you do everything or nothing. It's your choice. You can do whatever you want. There's not one specific goal, but the goal to do everything. If that's not confusing, I don't know what is. You can join the Discord to find out more about it and ask more questions, and I'll do my best to answer you. You can also keep up to date with the development there. I don't know what I'm doing, but what I can tell you is I'm doing a slice demo for each mechanic. So right now I'm actually working on space travel and space battles. And so I'm actually planning on trying to have a demo out and ready by the end of the quarter one, all about space battles. So I want Q1 demo, space battle. This is also because I have a student who's a music student, and they're working on a track for me, specifically for space battles, and I want to get that done for them as soon as possible so that they can have time to soundtrack it. I feel really bad. I've been really behind on that, so I gotta get more stuff done. I'd like to actually spend a considerable amount of time on Omnia. If I could do, like, 20 hours on content and 20 hours on Omnia a week, we would have Omnia, like, a full-on alpha that you guys could buy into early, probably at the end of the year if I spent, like, 20 hours a week. Because you're looking at 20 hours a week, 20 times 52 is a lot. I'm not gonna try to math that in my head. 1,040. That's 1,040 hours. How much time could you realistically put into how much would you get out of that much? I don't know. But I want to get a slice done every quarter for a demo until there's enough there to string together. The demos will still be playable by themselves so that people can test the game without buying it. But they won't be like a chainable story that you could live out and play. It would just be little mechanics here and there. The full game would that you start buying into here. I'll explain here in a minute. I just need to like stop thinking. So Q1 demo is Space Battle. There will be a Q2 demo, which I don't know what it'll be yet. I'll figure that out. A Q3 demo, like I said, and then a Q4 demo. I want to create videos, devlog videos about each demo as I'm working on it. So maybe like one demo per quarter. We'll also do like a devlog every quarter as well, maybe. Just to explain what we've been working on and then announcing that you can test things out right then and there. Same thing for every update that we add. I would also like to do a devlog about that. I'm gonna do... I think I'd like to try... Pink helped me name him. I think you did a good job. That's a good way to spell John. I might name my kid John. Just because I like it. I really do. Let's see. Outside of devlogs and demos, end of year... I want to do like an end of year alpha. And so the price that we're setting for the game is based off of percentage. So as the game becomes more and more finished, I'm never going to finish the game truly because there's always going to be more to add. But as I add more things, it'll slowly hike up in prices. So for early adopters who make it more feasible for me to actually develop the game, I will, you'll get it at a cheaper rate. I'd like to also participate in sales and stuff, so it'll motivate me to add more so that I can give you guys a better deal. So if the game is only, let's say at most, I want it to be, I don't know what's a fair price, so let's just say $40. At most, it's going to be $40, and I only have 10% of the game ready, then you can buy it for $4. And then the next update, we'll recalculate it, and we'll say, oh, it's 20% done, so it's now $8. And so on and so forth until it eventually reaches that point of being $40. Once it's at that point, though, I'll still add more things to the game, but it will never rise above that price unless inflation is just so bad that I feel like I have to raise the price in order to still be sustainable for me. But I never want to price anybody out of getting the game, so I'm going to be giving away a lot of keys to the game if I can. I'm going to be... I only want to make the money I need to survive and provide a good life for my family. Beyond that, like, the rest of... I don't need, you know, $5 billion. Like, would it be cool to have $5 billion? And could I do a lot of good with $5 billion? Absolutely. But I just want enough to live a nice life out where nobody can find me and I can raise my kids on a farm. Not an actual farm, but like a big piece of land where we could do whatever we want. Like ride ATVs and 4x4s, and we can build like cool things, and we could go inside and bake, and then I could just work because I want to, not because I have to. And I can just enjoy not spoiling my kids, because they're gonna have to, like, I'm not gonna like just let them buy whatever they want whenever they want. Like, they're gonna have to earn money on their own to some degree. I don't want them to turn out like brats. That's one of the hard things with being like rich, I imagine, is teaching your kids a balance when it's like you're rich. You could spoil them. You could buy all the toys, right? But you also don't want them to be spoiled brats. So you don't buy them all the toys even though you can. And it would not hurt you at all. Like, it's not like I'm just being responsible because I don't want to be broke. It's, I could buy, like, an entire store, but I'm not going to. I want you to actually have a work ethic. So I'm not going to buy you a brand new phone every year. You're going to get one phone. And if you want to buy a new phone yourself, then you're going to have to go work. I imagine that's kind of hard to some degree, but it also is probably very rewarding seeing your kid grow into an actual full-grown functioning society member of society, sorry. It would be very satisfying, I imagine. I don't know. I do want to get like rich just to provide for a family though and live comfortably and also provide a lot of money into medical research for conditions that I've got that isn't curable, seemingly, to see if we could find a cure on some of that. Not just for selfish reasons, because I know there's other people out there like me. We don't know what I've got, and we don't know... I mean, nobody really has any ideas on how to find what I've got right now. I'd love to have like enough money to just throw at it and say like, yeah, I've got a spare chunk of change. We can figure out all the connective tissue disorders with the right funding. I'm going to throw more money at it. I could pay for people to go to school to go become geneticists and we could find even more information on it if that's our holdup. Like, I would love to actually make meaningful contributions to society and not just hoard my wealth. So just know if I ever like start sounding greedy, it's because I'm helping people, not because not for any other reason, I promise. Father Reg, sounds like a good title. I feel like I'd be a great dad. I was running around playing with my nieces and nephew over the holiday break, and there's one of them, my niece, she's attached to her mom, my sister, and will not let anyone else hardly hold her or pick her up. She was walking off and getting close to the stairs, and so I just ran up and picked her up and held her, and she didn't scream, she didn't cry, she actually almost fell asleep in my arms until I offered to give her back to her mom, at which point she was like, oh yes, please. But she wasn't crying about it, while everybody else that held her, she did. And I was like, man, that's like a small taste of, like, parenthood, I guess. That's like, it's a very sweet taste, I guess, because I love taking care of people, and that's like all of being a parent is in a lot of regards, is taking care of someone until they can take care of themselves. And you're helping them grow into somebody greater than just themselves. And, like, that sounds amazing. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but for me, that's the dream. I don't dream of a career. I don't dream of any figure of income. I just dream of, you know, that specific lifestyle where it's like, yeah, maybe we don't have money, maybe I don't have a job I like, but there's love in the house, and that sounds great. That sounds great. My dad keeps trying to convince me to move to this piece of land in a different state because it'd be cheaper. Oof. I definitely get it. As somebody who has looked at land prices, and as somebody who just wants a large piece of land, I've looked out in that general area. And I definitely, I'm definitely considering it when I'm older and I have more money. Because the thing is, land will always get more expensive. It's just one of the sure things of life is land as time goes on is more and more valuable. As long as you take care of that land, it will never decrease in value. Which is one of the things that scare me about my current position in life is I don't have a lot of that. I don't know. It would be hard because I don't know anyone that lives out that way. It would be a pretty long haul, but I guess with a wife and kids it wouldn't be too bad. Plus my mom and dad will probably be retired by then, so my mom's already told me her retirement plan is she wants to bounce between houses and just live with one kid for a couple of months and then bounce to the next kid and live there for a couple of months. I'd be fine with that. She wouldn't be able to live there like for a whole year, I don't think. I don't think I'd like that. But for a few months, I'd like to have my mom around. She's great. Set up a charity and you could do charity streams and others would too. Ooh, now we're talking. Why throw money at other people when we could just throw it at our own? That would be fun. And that would give me something to do outside of just raising a family and working on Omnia when I want to. I could actually, like, in streams. I don't feel like I'd ever quit content. I would just change the way I do it because I can. But it would be fun to work with it as a charity and build up something that would outlast myself too. I mean, that would be really cool. I like the idea, but my friends are here and I don't really like that state, even if I have a lot of family there. That's fair. That is completely and totally fair. I joked one time. I don't know what state you're talking about, just to be clear. So, if I say that state, just know I'm not assuming it's that one. But, I looked at Wyoming once. Because nobody ever talks about Wyoming, right? Pretty big state. It's got a lot of land. Like, I'm pretty sure it's cheap land, too. And it's very usable. The state I live in right now, it's got more mountains. Another state that I like is Florida. The land is not as usable there. Wyoming, on the other hand. Just saying. It could be nice. Nobody lives there. Like, think about it. When was the last time somebody said, I'm from Wyoming? Has anybody ever told you they're from Wyoming? I don't think so. I could start a trend. I visited Wyoming recently. Really? Really? What's in Wyoming anyway? Several people. Really? Interesting. I guess in your area that would be more moving to my danger radius. I'm not strong enough. Oh man. Wind. Yellowstone. That's a good point. I guess Yellowstone is out there, isn't it? I was in Cheyenne. I got to feed the bison. Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. I guess I have heard people going out there to hunt. When I lived in the Midwest, I had a friend who would go out to Wyoming, I think, and he would hunt for various animals. He was very good at it. I know he's been to all sorts of places. I know one year he brought elk. He's never gotten bison, but he did get elk. He's got several deer, numerous deer every year. Bison is pretty good. Yeah, I haven't had the opportunity to have it, but I've seen enough people actually like eat it. I'm convinced I would like it. I need to try it sometime. I don't know where. Is there like a place you can buy bison? I'm sure you could probably buy it online, but it's probably really expensive. I don't know. Do people farm bison? I feel like you can only hunt them. I don't know. I'll send a video on the Discord, please. That would be so cool. That would be so, so cool. The Big West area? Okay, gotcha. Well, if I ever end up out there... Farm, what do you think they do, like, grow bison? I guess. I don't know, man. Like, I just figured, like, maybe they herd the bison and, like, they would cows. I don't know. Someday that's how we get in store. Okay, I see. I would not hate that. I think the place where I got to feed them, they had a farm nearby where they sold bison. Oh, that's awkward. That's a little awkward. Poor bison. But they do taste good. At least I feel like they would taste good. From what I know of all the other animals that I've eaten, bison sounds like it would taste good. Like I've had elk and deer burger, and I've loved those. I'd imagine bison would probably be better. Far less greasy than beef and a little gamey, but so yummy. Okay, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of that description. If I ever end up out there, I will have to try it. That's magnetic? I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. Bison burgers and bison spaghetti so good. I've never thought about bison spaghetti, but that does actually sound pretty good. I'm getting hungry. We're gonna have to add that to the list on life, I think. What did the father buffalo say when his left for college? My son. Bison spaghetti and just pepper salt. Geek. Ghost pepper salt. That sounds very interesting. God. One day I'm gonna get out there. Yeah, bye, son, or bye. I love it. I love it. Oh, man. What was I gonna say? If you're ever in the Four Corners area, hit me up. I'll drive to wherever we meet you. I'll make you dinner. I mean, I'd be down. I'd be down. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I remember we were talking about feeding the bison, and you're all talking about eating them. You'll feed them, and they'll feed us. I like this. I like this plan. This is a good plan. Oh, I need to add one more thing to Omnia. I want to give you guys a roadmap. Just a general idea of things to expect over time. Maybe it's not like a huge... maybe not a huge promise, because we all know how good I am at fulfilling promises lately. There's a 12-hour stream that was due back in October? Maybe earlier than that? September? I don't know. I still haven't done it, so I'm not gonna promise anything like dates, but I'll promise features in a certain order. That way, I'll still do it. It just may come out when it comes out. There. Or Debbie Ryan here to take you to dinner. Man, I love murder. What is this chat? I love murder too. Murder is good. I'm being silly, funny, flirting, but real offers. I mean, if you're if you're offering to meet up at some point, I would love to try this bison burger stuff that you're talking about. I will buy. I don't think I could justify that. I can pay my own. I'm good. I'm chilling. If you're willing to actually meet me, that's crazy. That's crazy. Now we gotta get you to Wyoming to go feed the bison. I have never... I don't think I ever got them here. Maybe at the zoo? Possibly. This, I will buy. This is a threatening statement. I feel threatened. I do feel threatened. Taking y'all with me to go feed the bison? Okay, while we're... I'll drive. You'll be the navigator. And we'll turn on some Linkin Park. Because we gotta have our road trip, you know. And then we'll hit a concert on the way back. From Wyoming. I think this is a plan. This is a plan. Has anybody done a road trip with like viewers? This is something I'm kind of thinking about. Hang on. This is like such a stupid thing, but what if we like, okay. I don't think anybody's done this. New content idea? I feel like this is a plan. Not yet. I feel like, I'm not saying I should, but I could rent or buy a 15-passenger white van and go kidnap a bunch of you guys, and we could go on a road trip. Because it's dangerous? Don't. It's only dangerous if you get caught. I'm kidnapping you guys, okay? It's dangerous for you, not for me. I'm very threatening, trust me. Like, I could even show up... I can even show up in my, like, Batman mask and, like, do crime. Because reality is only a mirror of what we see on TV. Batman's actually a criminal, trust. Trust. Batman would kidnap people, let's be real. He would. I'm not projecting. Not at all. I think they're threatening you and I will be in the booster seat. I'll do the navigation voice and everything. We'll hit Red Rocks for a concert. Ooh. Ooh. This sounds like a good time. Put free candy on the side of it. Free Wi-Fi, free candy, free V-Bucks. I like it. Hire a coach and I'll drive. I mean, if I don't have to drive, that's pretty good. I fall asleep in the car a lot. Not usually behind the wheel. But it could happen. White van isn't suspicious at all? Not at all. Although we could... My mom has like one of those cricket machines. She could make like a nice decal for the side of the van, for the road trip. Did you... White van isn't suspicious at all. Kidnap Reg? There's nothing wrong with kidnapping. Changed my mind. You look like you'd blow over in the Wyoming wind. I am, you know, it's fine. I can say this. I'm 6 foot tall and 120 pounds on a good day. Yes, I would blow over in the Wyoming wind. It's pretty bad. it is bad. It's low-key dangerous for me, but I'm good as long as we go feed the bison. I mean, I can promise you, we will feed the bison. And then maybe we'll stop by the pigs and feed you to the pigs. Don't worry about it. Can we get a seating map of everyone? This is an idea we could totally We could totally commit to. I'm just saying. It'll be fun. I don't have a Batman mask, but I have a Red Robin shirt. It works. It works. We're matching. Yep. Get a big party bus. I mean, with a big bus, we could fit quite a lot in there. Streaming is a crime. Stop it. I'm doing crimes already. I'm talking about kidnapping people, sheep. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. We can also go find Coral. I know where Coral goes to college, and I know her middle and last name. So like, we could kidnap Coral legitimately. Take that for what you will. Let me play into my iPad roll, kid. V-Bucks where? The non-comic fans, Red Robin is Tim Drake, the third Robin to Batman. I'm personally a Dick Grayson fan, but, you know, Tim Drake is pretty good. I also have several Red Robin restaurant shirts as well. See, that's where my first thought went to, was, the restaurant. I'm just hungry, if you guys couldn't tell. I'm not hungry, actually. I'm hungry, but I'm not hungry, okay? Like, I probably could eat, and I probably should eat, because I should be hungry. But I'm not getting the signal from my brain to tell me I'm hungry, so I'm just gonna eat something small after stream. But my mind is on the food. It's not kidnapping, just simply borrowing for a short amount of time. Exactly! Exactly. You would absolutely blow over. I'm taller than you, bruh. Hey, Bison, what? Oh, I remember, I lived in the Midwest for a little bit. We were having, not hurricane force wind. Tornado force wind. But we were having heavy gusts. It was like, I think, maybe it is tornado gust level, I don't know. But we had 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming through, and it nearly blew me over as a kid. So, you know, that should give you, like, an idea of... I'm like a kite. Not quite as high as one, though. Not yet. We can fix that. Make a road trip out to wherever it's legal, I guess. Ohio? Ohio. I know some people who live in Ohio. Hey, Nathan, thank you for the candy. I appreciate it. Hello, Biss. Hello, hello. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. How are you? I'm doing well. How about yourself, dude? We're chilling. Just doing some planning for the new year. How's your day been? Skivity, Ohio. Extra Rizzy. Figure out where Avid lives. I'm in a relatively nearby city. We'll kidnap Avid too. Then we'll have a musician on board as well. We could do... Hear me out. We get Avid up on stage at Red Rock. Okay? I'm just saying, we could do it. And if Avid won't come with us willingly... I have a guitar. We don't even have to steal one. We just gotta steal the talent. That's all I'm saying. Thank you for the candy, Nathan. This is a really beat-up Reese's, I think. It's off-brand Reese's. It'd be great. You would absolutely blow over. I know the body type well. You don't weigh much more than me. That's reassuring. Most people I talk to, when I tell them my weight, they go, dude, I could bench press you. I'm like, yeah, most people can. Yeah. It's very rare that I meet anybody that's lighter than me. Although there are some people who are like a foot shorter than me that weigh about the same. So, take that for what you will. Feed to the pigs. I don't know why I'm plotting to kill you, Ellently. You've done nothing wrong. But I am. I'm sorry. You're gonna blow away. Figure out where Avid lives. Guys, I'm starving. But I'm not dying. You're not dying. That's all that matters, right? Dying before 2026 would be pretty cringe. Let's not do that. We aren't planning. We are kidnapping. OMG Music, hear me out. We put Avid in a bag and get Musi on call. Here we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Where are you from, dude? I am from the United States. I currently don't have my state out there, but east side. Kind of like near New York. New Year resolutions. Yes. We aren't playing, we're kidnapping. I'm trying to convince Avid to do some local shows. I know the event venue, I have friends. That would be so cool. I would kill to hear like All Right in person. That would be an amazing song. Way to stop typing hieroglyphics. It's hard to read. Also, if you're stealing Avid, we should steal the other relatively nearby Skyheads. That's true. Viking is pretty close. And if we make our timing right, Marm would be in town. So, we could kidnap Marm, too. This would be so awkward if any of the SBKers show up. Because none of them know me very well. And I'm just talking about kidnapping them, like... I promise I wouldn't ever kidnap anybody. Probably. Maybe not. I've not kidnapped anybody yet. Especially not illegally. Let's see, That'd be cool. I asked about a tour once, and he showed his Minecraft stuff. Oh, that's great. That's funny. I'm from Mars. Fair enough. Mars is a pretty cool place. We can have our own European tour. Ooh. That could be fun. I'm just saying he'd kill in the crowds I'd be recommending. I mean, a lot of local venues, I don't mean to be like, I don't want to trash people, but I find they're not great. They're good, but they're not great. Avid, in my opinion, is great, and he's got enough live experience. I mean, not in front of an actual crowd, but on Twitch, I mean, he plays in front of like 800 people on the regular. I know that mindset doesn't necessarily transfer over to having 30 people in front of you. As somebody who's done something similar, I've played, like, I think it was 50-ish, maybe 60 people I was playing guitar last time. That was a little terrifying. But I think I would not be able to transfer that over to playing in front of real-life people. Although sometimes I'm better with real-life people, because I know who's there. And I can see what they're actually thinking and that they're not lying to me. So it goes both two different ways, I suppose. I don't know, but I think Avid would be great in any crowd, honestly. I think he's got the skills to pay the bills. We get Viking, and they can do Trog stole the egg. Wait. Kidnapping list just goes up. We're kidnapping everybody. Every single person. Before long, we're gonna have a list of 8 billion people. It's gonna be great. I'd come to Ali Pali for a show. Ooh. Reg, you visit in the summer. Everyone coincidentally shows up to the same Ren Fair. Okay, wait. Okay. I've been wanting to go to a Ren Fair for a while. I'm not saying I will, but the summertime would be a fun time. I don't know. We'll see how the money situation shapes up. We will see. Also, how long until the next ad? Yikes. Okay. We'll just keep yapping then, because I'm going to have to still do a whole section about life. There's ads in like 7 minutes, guys. I'm sorry. I'm really trying. But there is a YouTube link. I'll post it back in chat once the ads start, so you guys can pop over there. It's a private stream, so nobody else is over there. There's no normies. It's just you guys. I know the Colorado Road Fair is very fun. I'll have to consider it. I'll have to consider it. It sounds like fun. I know I want to hit TwitchCon next year, but if I've got some extra money and some extra time, it'd be fun to hit the Colorado Road Fair then. Oh, that would be fun. I need to not tell myself yes. Let me just... Nah. Milkman is live right now if we take over his stream. If Milkman is still live after we're wrapping up, we'll raid in and it'll be fun. Be hooking up house shows of 20 to 60 people. That would be a sizable start, and it would be really great, honestly. That'd be cool. That'd be really, really cool. I'd like to say I know the Skyheads like that, but also plan on meeting up with Stolas and by proxy Big Brother next year. So like that's really cool. And their mom, who's apparently fond of and talks / asks about me specifically outside her stream. That is so sweet. That is really awesome. Oh, that is really cool. I hope that all goes well and you have fun. That'll be cool. And it'll be really awesome for their mom to be able to put name to face as well. I've gotten to meet a couple of people from online in real life, and it's been a joy. I don't think I've talked about it extensively on who I've seen. Some of that has been due to request of them, and some of that has been to just request of me. Sometimes it's one of those things where it's just like, some people take it too far when they find out things, and so I'm always careful about what I say and about who. But I have seen a lot of my friends. Most of them, honestly. Like, for example, I've been able to go see Infinite, Alias, two great people. I got to go see them a long time ago. Same thing with, I guess it was 2 years ago now. I went to go see Just Cause and a couple of my other friends who live out in that direction, out west. That was awesome. So I'm hoping to just meet a bunch of my friends. I would love to go and meet... oh man, I'm trying to think of a list. I should do a tier list of friends I'd like to meet, and we could do a whole stream about it. I'm gonna rank all my friends, and we're gonna put... I don't know who we're gonna put at the bottom, but I feel like it's gonna be... I don't know who it would be. I don't like putting people in rank suddenly. I was gonna joke around and put somebody at the bottom, but then I was like, I don't know if they would just get uncomfortable with that. Never mind. Terrible idea. Clearly got priorities here. Fair enough. Bison feeding is important. When's the video gonna drop on Discord? I knew I was reading something 1 second. I can't wait. We kidnapped Milkman during a stream. Oh! We could make that happen. A live kidnapping. Now we're talking. Colorado Ren Fair is weekends for mid-June, early August. Okay. That would be fun. That would be so fun. Because, like, August is hot. But June, July is not terrible. Gonna go, man. I hope you kidnap a person or two for me. I got you. I got you, Water Ghost. Thanks for hanging out, though. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you, thank you. I'm not your friend, but you can put me at the bottom? Oh, that's sad. No. No, if you request to be on the bottom, that automatically puts you at the top, dude. You can't do that to yourself. I know it's reading something. I met your favorite or stream boss at TwitchCon. I met this guy's mother and got lunch together. We are not the same. Oh, that's funny. Meeting somebody's mom. That's a special thing. Not everybody can say that they met a streamer's mom. Some people have met my mom, which is a terrifying thing. I try not to get my parents involved in my online life. I really try not to. But they do ask about some of the people I talk about occasionally. They're like, oh, who's that? Is that a girl? Like, you know how parents are. It's funny, though. It is funny. Loudon may come visit next year, too. Loudon, my friend Loudon. Loudon, I know who that is. They're pretty cool. Southon is just the road trip. Ooh, wait. There's a lot of shade there. Colorado doesn't get hot until mid-August. Okay, sweet. Well, now you're selling me on it. That's not fair. That is not fair. Okay, I'm caught up now. Did the ads ever run? No, because it's not been that long yet. Give it about 50 more seconds. I'm sorry, guys. I thought it was going to be over quicker. I will go ahead and copy the link, though. If you guys need it, you have it. I'm debating telling my brother about my streaming. I don't know. I told all my family. I don't regret it in a lot of senses, but I do also. My parents are great, okay? Love them to bits. But my dad heard me one time playing guitar, and he went and found it, and he found out I sang, and he felt the need to comment about it, and it was nice. It was very nice of him. But I'm very touchy about that in front of my family, and it makes me want to disappear. My brother, though, he's great. He's fine. He's chill. He doesn't... Admiral, you guys have heard him. You've seen him. He's fine. He's great. My other brother doesn't watch, and my other brother doesn't watch. My sister doesn't watch. My brother-in-law has been around a couple of times, and he's awesome. But I miss having a certain level of privacy as well with it. You know, it's one thing when your place of work is its own place, but that people have to go and visit. But when they can just drop by and crash your whole place of work if they felt like it, it's terrifying. Like, I would feel awkward if, for example, when I was working at Walmart, still, I would feel awkward if my parents sat there and watched me working the entire time. It would feel so weird. It would feel so weird. They have a lot of shows. The jousting show, audience participation, turkey legs, artichoke, lots of vendors. I need to get an axe next year. The one I've been eyeballing is 300. Oh, dude. I'm just saying, axes are really cool. I've been axe throwing once. Twice. No, once. Yeah, just once. But it was so much fun. I highly recommend axe throwing if you guys can. But owning an axe would be pretty cool. I actually own a sword. You guys want to see it? I know, like, a lot of you are in ads, but I'm gonna pull out my sword. I'll show it to you guys. Really cool. It's been a while since I've shown you guys the thing. So this is the katana, sort of. It's very short, so it's not very sharp right now. So it's probably not, like, authentic, but it could be. And, it's pretty cool. I've almost stabbed myself with it 3 times. Not intentionally, but, that tip right there is sharp. The rest of it, like, I could run my hand on it, and as you can see, it's dull. It's more dull than a butter knife. It's also got a weird smell on it, so it's very possible that there's... I mean, it's sticky too. Very questionable, but it's really cool. I have it. Never have used it. I guess, like... I should probably... I should tell the rest of the story before I tell this part. We were sitting at dinner table, probably like a couple weeks ago. Maybe it was only a week. But we were talking about family, like if somebody broke into the house, and my family, we own firearms. I gotta watch my language here specifically for YouTube. Because even though it's an unlisted stream, it still tags. I return. Welcome back, Voided. Hello, hello. Here's my sword. In case you missed it. It's cool. It's probably fake, but it could be sharp. It's dull here, but right there, I've almost impaled myself a little bit. It's really cool. I love it. It was actually my uncle's, but after he passed, it went to me. Should I be able to own a sword? Probably not. Anyway, my parents and I were talking about it. We're like, my dad's like, oh, I can't because blah, 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 blah. And my brother's like, yeah, I could, but if I don't wake up, then you guys are screwed. And I'm like, well, if he's coming up the stairs, because that's the only way they're going to get to me, I'm just going to Nacho Libre it off the stairs and right onto him. I was like, if I'm going down, they're going down with me kind of deal. And I got some weird looks for that. I didn't even think about it. I have a sword. I have a flipping sword. I could still Nacho Libre it down, but I could, like, impale him with the sword as I'm going down. Like, we could maximum thrust this sucker right into the sky and take him down. It would be awful. It would be a mess. But it would be fun. I shouldn't say it would be fun. It would be terrifying because there's a guy trying to kill me. But on the off chance that I live, it would be really fun and traumatizing. Still waiting for Admiral to do what the boy did in Smack That video I shared the other day. The sad thing is I feel like he would consider it. I return. Welcome back, Voided. Only a little toxic, don't worry. Yeah, just a little. It's fine. Become a ninja. I could become ninja. I want to be ninja. Chop, 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 chow down. Bring chow back to Chinatown. Is that how the song goes? I don't know. You guys probably don't even know what I'm talking about and think I'm just being culturally insensitive, which admittedly the song probably was. But it's a classic to me. I have a bow, a glaive, a throwing axe. My partner has a couple daggers, throwing knives. My roomie has multiple swords. Bo has a staff, my long stick. That is awesome. That is really, really cool. What the heck? Daggers, those are fun. I've got, like, pocket knives and stuff, but those aren't really anything cool, I guess. I've got random stuff everywhere, but I would love I'd love to have more blades. I love blades. And I am a firearm lover. I'm not gonna lie. I did. My brother-in-law has a deagle, desert eagle, and for those of you who don't know, it's a 50 caliber, which is pretty heavy rounds, especially when it's in a handgun. Most games actually underpower how strong a Desert Eagle is because it just wouldn't be fair. But 50 caliber rounds are pretty hefty, and it will. I mean, my poor wrists are already pretty small, as you can see there. So I imagine that, but holding like a big ol' handgun that has a heavy kickback. I love that gun though. It's so fun. It's so fun to shoot. It's 4:30 a.m. I should sleep. Long day tomorrow. Good night, Nikita. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Have fun with the kidnapping. Thank you. We will have all the fun, but we'll try to save some fun for you. We'll kidnap you in your sleep, and then you can kidnap with us. It'll be great. Trust. It'll be a good time. It's kind of like a cult, you know. We kidnap people, and then we teach them our ways so that they kidnap with us. It'll be a great time. If you do visit, we're hitting the axe plus knife throwing range. Knife throwing range. That would be so fun. I did axe throwing once. I sucked at it, but it was a lot of fun. The guy that was running it, it wasn't a particularly busy day, and so he was able to sit there and give us pointers, and he just made fun of me the entire time. But it was fun. It was nice. I have a fishing rod. Fishing rod is cool. I haven't been fishing in a very long time. I think I would like it now that I'm a little older, but I don't have anybody to go with. But I think it would be a lot of fun to go. Maybe that's something I can add to my list if I ever find a suitable girl to go fishing with. That would be fun as like a date idea. 'Cause you get, when there's nothing to do but talk, ideally you're not on your phones, you're just fishing and yapping and you're yapping quietly. And just enjoying each other's presence. That sounds like a lovely time to me. Go get some coffee beforehand, and then go stop somewhere nice on your way back. If you catch fish, then if you're into eating the fish, then you could even cook them up. But if you're just catching to release and just doing it for the fun of it, then that's fun too. I do like fishing in Stardew Valley though. That's a lot of fun. The more you weigh, the harder it is to kidnap, stay safe, eat cake. I love it. I ate some cake a couple days ago. That was nice. Astral projection kidnapping. Now we're talking. I can't fish. I can't legally fish anymore. I was a minor, believe it or not, and I could fish. But now I require a fishing license, and because I just don't go fishing, I can't do it. Come London, I'll take you fishing. Lots of great carp lakes in the area. Lock in, folks. Just let me stretch. Yep, you're right. I'm getting too comfortable. There we go. You can catfish? Ooh, okay, wait. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. I could catfish. I don't know. We can make it work. I'll figure out a way. Is that legal? Is there anything saying that we can't catfish in the law? I don't know. Okay, yes, lock in. Carp lakes. I'm trying to think. I caught a perch once. It was like, it had like the spikes on the back, and I almost cut off my brother's finger or whatever. I don't remember. He was being really dramatic about it because I dropped the fish. But in my defense, the fish... I felt the fish nibble on my hand as I was holding it. He was a little jerk. You're conning someone for money or services? Yes, illegal, otherwise okay, I mean... Let's be honest. If we're using actual pictures of me, and we're just amping up the stats a little bit, saying like, oh yeah, I make 6 figures. I own X amount of businesses. I have 10 billion in Bitcoin. I don't know what makes a man attractive. I'm not in the min. But if I were, no, or any of those things, we could amp those up just a little bit. That might be catfishing still. Maybe, just possibly, you know, we could catfish. And it would be morally wrong, but it wouldn't be illegal. I can't afford to get arrested, guys. It's too expensive. A little bit. I'm not either. You know, fair enough. Who am I to judge? 6 figures including cents. Wait, I can't count. Cents would be 2 places, right? So it would be like 100... Yeah, that would be 6 figures. I don't want to talk about it. I don't even make that many, guys. No, I 500, then we made 1, then we made 1. I don't make that much. Close, but not quite. I lie on the internet about many things, mostly about my height. Funny, that's completely fair and valid. Your height is like I think the most appropriate thing to lie about. Technically, I lie about my height. I'm not 6 foot. Medically, the doctors have declared me 5'10". Although some doctors, especially the chiropractor, has labeled me as 6 foot, sorry. But the pediatrician and geneticist have labeled me 5'10". But my brothers all think I'm 6 foot. You guys need to think I'm 6 foot as well. 5'10", 6 foot with heels. Funnily enough, I actually have like height. I'm getting distracted, but I have height extending heels for my shoes. So whenever I meet friends in real life from online, I like to go wear those so that I can make them think I'm taller than I actually am. I'm 5'8". Oof. Medically, I'm taller than I am when I measure myself, so I fear I shrank. Oof. That's concerning. I'm 5'2", 6'7" in heels. What heels are you wearing? Whoa! Like, oh my goodness, hold on. Like, I'm just imagining, like, the height on that thing. One of those statements is true. I'm going with 6'7" in heels, just because 6'7" is funny. My nephew started saying 6'7" to me, and I don't know what to do about it. I just gotta deal with it. Okay, we're gonna do stuff. We're gonna do stuff. Ignore that. So life, right? My life goals right now. I want money, okay? So that means I need to either work more on... Breathe. Okay, I don't know where the stutter comes from, but it happens. We just ignore it. So life, I want to make money. That means I either need to get more content done so that exponential growth or whatever, I don't know. And so that I can get Omnia done so that it can make money and you guys get a physical product along with it, blah, 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 blah. or I need to get a job. Either of those two are fine with me. I would like both of them even. I want to get my health under control. So I want to get, I want to talk to a doctor about ADHD. I've looked into all the symptoms, and I actually match up a lot of them. My sleep schedule is super wacky, and my hunger is super wacky too. I'm not hungry at times that I need to be hungry. And it gets later and later and later every day that I go to sleep or that I eat. And then I get hungry at times where I finally start to, like, slow down and do nothing, and I'm not, like, working on stuff. I've also found that it's hard to start things, but the second I start them, it's hard to stop them because I'm worried that I'll never get to start it. And then if I do start it and I work on it for, like, 4 hours, and then after the 4 hours are up, you know, I stop, go to bed, because it's, like, 4 in the morning, and then, by that point, I realize, like, oh, crap, you know, I need to go to bed. So I lay in bed, and then, you know, that's a whole process going to sleep. So then I can't stop thinking about working because I'm locked in on it. It's a process. So I want to get that sorted out if I can. I can get 6 foot when wearing 4-inch heels. That is math. That is math. 6'7", 6'7", 6'7". I missed the 6'7" fun. Oof. Good night, Voided. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. It was good talking to you. Hope you have a good rest of your night. And we'll catch you another time. I also can't wait to see the S&P on the Sunday. I know what time it is, or what day it will be. Sorry. Sunday. King, I have bad news. What's the bad news, Ender? I'm scared. I'm scared. Whenever somebody says bad news, I'm scared, man. And that can be anything. Okay. Money, health, and then I really want this to be a year of working on me, especially. So those two things are heavily tied to each other. You know, if I could get the ADHD under control, hopefully, then that would level out the money situation a little bit as well. Because then I can lock in, get stuff done, get more money, go do more things. It'll also help the health. A lot of my health issues are also caused indirectly by the one health issue I mentioned, ADHD, with the lack of sleep, or the bare minimum of sleep, and the bare minimum of eating. You know, it's gonna put a toll on anybody, but when you've been doing that for like the last 4 years or so, unintentionally, but it's just been slowly slipping as you become less and less structured, it's a problem. So I'm hoping that will help solve a lot of it. I want to see if we can figure out what's going on connective tissue-wise, so I'm not always, like, hurting. Because, like, I try not to talk about it a lot, because I know it's just, like, an uncomfortable topic for a lot of people, but, like, the joints in my hands, they hurt. And part of that is I believe it's because they can do that. This doesn't hurt to do, but they just ache all the time, and I think it has a lot to do with the hypermobility of it all. I can pop my jaw in and out. That's not a thing normal people do. I can turn my head in such a way that I can pop the top vertebral part of the part where my skull and my vertebrae connect, I guess. I don't know. I can pop that just a little bit off, which isn't something you probably should do, so I don't do it, because that one sounds a little bit more risky. I want to get a lot of that solved. I want to figure out if I have POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, because lately it's been really bad. During the holidays, I went to go do something. I went to go put an air mattress up, and when I really tried. I got up, or I tried to get up, and I had a problem in here. It hurt. So I sat down, and chest pains. So I sat down, just rested for a second. It was fine. Got back up a couple minutes later and was fine until I made it the room over, where it was just me and my younger brother. At which point, I ended up falling over, essentially. I mean, I was kneeling down, hands and knees, in pain. My brother said something that wasn't really all that funny, but yeah, I found it hilarious. But I was hurting a lot. He said something like, you will have to answer for your crimes. May God be merciful to you, or something like that. Because he was just making a joke. I couldn't stop laughing. And so I knew this was like a weird response from my body. I'm not usually concerned about chest pains because the doctors have said there's nothing wrong. But the adrenaline rush that I had made me laugh uncontrollably. So I pulled out my watch, and it said my heart rate was 140. Your heart should not ever reach 140 just walking a couple of rooms over. Like, I didn't jump. I wasn't running. I just walked very slowly, honestly. And I couldn't stop laughing. I got upstairs. I told my mom what had happened, and she just looked at me like I was crazy. My brother had stopped talking to me in his entirety, and I'm trying to explain why I can't stop laughing to him, and it just makes me laugh harder. And I almost like suffocated myself because I was laughing so hard. Like, it was bad. I found it hilarious in the moment, but I knew I was overreacting, so I want to get that like figured out if we can, because it's not an annoying thing, but I want that to be noted on my diagnosis sheet, because it'll help me get access to other things if I need it. And it may not just be POTS. As much as I'd like to just say, okay, it's POTS, they can't do anything for you, that's that. It could be something underlying that we don't know about, and we need that checked out before before it's too late. Doctors do miss things sometimes, so I want to get all my health stuff taken care of, especially in the first quarter of the year, if at all possible. I don't want to drag out appointments over the year. I just want to get it all done. I've got a summer trip coming up that I'm chaperoning for, so I want to be in tip-top shape for that, because there's a bunch of kids I'm in charge of, and I don't want to let them down, and I want to be able to get up and move around with them and have fun. And that also ties back into the money goals. The money goals feed the life goals, ultimately, of like, buy a piece of land, have a family, retire early, invest, all those things. So, it's not because I just want to get rich. And it's not just I want to be normal. It's those things so I can have that other life that I dream of. The people that had 10k kills on Nova Light, I interviewed, and they all have over 15k now. Trying to play over holidays. So now I only have 186 kills. Oh boy. You gotta catch up, man. It's time to catch up. You got this. I believe in you. 15k is gonna be a lot to catch up on, but you could do it. Lady friend. I really want that, but I've learned that you can't force a connection anywhere. As much as like that's like something I want more probably than anything else, because that's like the ultimate step forward in your dreams. But, or at least in my dreams, the problem is I don't have any control over other people and how they feel for me or how I feel for them. You can't choose that, and that sucks. Because if I could, then I just would. But, I can't. So I've been trying to think about that. About the best thing I can do is prepare myself for it. So getting my health in order, getting my money in order, so that when the timing finally lines up, I'm in a stable enough place that I don't have to take care of just myself, or that I don't have to worry about how I take care of myself. I can take care of myself and them. You know, because the thing about relationships is it's never truly just 50-50 where they're putting in 50% of the work and you're putting in 50% of the work. There are days where they're putting in nothing and you're putting in everything. There's days where you're putting in nothing and they're putting in everything. There's days where you're putting in, 90% and they're doing 10. But you, it's hard to put in more than 50% when you're already struggling to put in 100% just for yourself. When you're talking about two people, 100% for just you would be 50% for them. And I want to be at a point where I'm stable so that I have a surplus in myself, so that anyone that walks into my life or that changes their position in my life, they'll feel comfortable and safe enough to step into it, and that I'll feel comfortable and safe enough to let them step into it. No, not push, but increase social networking and stuff. Put yourself out there more. I mean, I definitely do want to, like, talk to more people and meet more people. I haven't quite decided how that would look yet. But I do want to meet more people, yeah. We'll see how that looks. I have a feeling that'll come either through the money or the health route, more than likely. But yeah, meet more people, I think, is a safe thing to put on here. And that might tie into content stuff as well. It might tie into game development or King SMP, and that doesn't have to lead anywhere beyond just like a small connection or a friendship. But, I've stopped shooting for... Why are we in a Tetris theme? There we go. But I've stopped shooting for a relationship that would fulfill a lot of the holes in my heart. I think I would benefit from that. And I've started shooting just for things that I have a little bit more control over. Not because I've given up, but because I've learned where I do have power and where I don't have power. And that's a struggle for me, but it's something that I've learned, I guess, as one of my limits. I don't have pots, but someone in the world does. That's definitely true. There are people out there who have pot. I'm aiming for any diagnoses at this point. Just something to explain me. Because if it's life-threatening, then I need to get my affairs in order. If it's not life-threatening, then I can be okay. Although I am in a firm belief, if you knew whether you were gonna die or not, it should not change how you live. You should really live every day as if you were gonna die, maybe not today, or maybe not tomorrow, but let's say at the end of the year. In this case, that's only a couple days away. For some of us, that's tomorrow. For some of us, it's just, a couple hours away. But, let's just say that happens. Like, would you be happy with the year you're living? Well, probably not. And we could probably point to a lot of times where that's just like, I should have done this, I should have taken time to do that. Not to scare you, but to actually rather tell yourself, I'm going to not let my fear hold me back, and I'm not going to let life pass me by either. I know a lot of young people right now who are kind of doing just that. I don't think you should rush, because I see this on two ends. Young people either rush through their life and try to grow up way too quick, or they try to slow down and never grow up. There's a happy medium there. I don't know what that is. You know, I'm definitely in a rush to grow up, but I've also kind of learned that there's some parts of growing up that I can't control. I can't control when I meet people. I can't control some of my health flare-ups. Some of it I can if I can get it diagnosed, and if I can suck it up and go, you know, talk to somebody about it and see if they can help me fix it. But, you know, there's a lot of things I don't control. But what I do control, I should really shoot to fix. You know, I shouldn't be scared to talk to people. I shouldn't be scared to go to the doctor and ask about this one symptom that I'm having. I shouldn't be scared to make that weird video idea that I had. I shouldn't be scared to try new YouTube features. I shouldn't be scared to change my stream schedule. Because why? Because I tried. That's like, that's the... If you try, then, like, you can't really be mad at yourself. Especially if you tried your best. Live your life a quarter mile at a time. Dump Reddit. Yeah. Yeah. Don't... It's... A quarter mile is actually, like, a great way to look at it. It's not your whole life. And it's not such a small portion of your life that you're in the moment. Stuck in the moment. But you're planning a couple steps ahead, and that's enough that you can change things if you need to. As long as you try, you'll always have an answer. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I've had a lot of experiences this year especially that really fit that. You know, I wouldn't have had an answer if I didn't do some of the things I did. And did the result I have suck at times? Yes. But I don't regret it. I don't have an answer than none at all. Yes. Exactly. Exactly, Ellen Lee. You get it. You get it. You know, as much as I hate what happened to King SMP, for example, I'm glad it did what it did, you know? I would not have finished my Twitch SMP base if it weren't for King SMP going down. I would not have started as much of Omnia as I did if it weren't for King SMP going down as well. I didn't have a technical problem to work on after King SMP went down, so that led me to actually working on Omnia more. You know, I'm really glad that Twitch SMP is ending the way it is, because even though it sucked, like the way that things have gone recently, and I'm not exactly the happiest camper about it, it's led to me being able to say, you know, we can actually take a break from the 4 streams a week and try something different. And I can go into this new year doing new things. And that's exciting. That is so, so exciting. So, you know, yeah, take some shots. like, the worst that's gonna happen is you fail. But, like Ellen Lee said, it's better to have an answer rather than none at all. So, for you guys out there, if you have somebody that you're, like, really wanting to ask out, go ask them out. If there's a job that you want to apply to it. If there's a career path that you, like, want to pursue and you're like, I'm kind of questioning on going to school to it, research it. Just start the process. Whatever you're scared of, stop being scared of it, because you only get one life, and when you look back, I don't want any of you to ever regret a single moment of it. 20 years left in 2025. It's coming to a close. It's coming to a close. I don't know. Tomorrow there may be a stream because Twitch SMP is gonna be doing an event of some sort. But it looks like what they're doing is there's gonna be like a downtime to download the file, and then hopefully there will be an event afterwards. If the event is on Wednesday, I may be able to stream it, but I may not. If it's on Thursday or Friday, I could probably do that. We may do an end of Twitch SMP stream. We'll see. But that's coming to a close. The new schedule won't take effect until next week, so I'll figure things out and notify you guys on Discord. But until then, expect a stream on Thursday and Friday. There may even be one Saturday. We'll see. And then, of course, you'll have some streams dotted around on the next week. So I guess starting, I don't know if I'm going to do Monday or Tuesday starting. I may poll you guys and just say, like, hey, out of these days of the week, which ones are you guys most available for, and pick the top 3, I guess. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I know if I do a weekend stream, I'd kind of like it to be earlier. So instead of doing it at like 7 p.m. EST, doing it at, you know, maybe 2 p.m. EST, which would be a little earlier for all the Europeans and the Australians as well. I'd have to do a better planning of it, just so that it works good for everybody. It may just be a really late Saturday stream, though, so it's in the morning for Europeans and Australians. I don't know. Or I guess it would be noon for Australians. I don't know. My time zones are a little off. Aussies in New Zealand even further in the future. It's around 1500 that way. Yeah, it's pretty late for them right now, or early. No, late. Hang on. It's noon or afternoon for them. Yeah. Sorry. I'm like really struggling apparently. But yeah, they're having a good time, I think. 9 hours left of 2025. It's coming to a close really soon. It's almost time. I'm excited for New Year. I don't know. I've got a lot of plans, and I've only shared a couple of them with you guys. So I'm just gonna recap it, and then we'll start wrapping things up, I think, because I know it's getting a little late, especially if you're one of the Europeans who are here for some reason, even though it's getting late for you guys, and you should be going to sleep. Because I'm sure some of you have New Year's parties, and I think you should be going to those if you have plans for them. But that's none of my business. I do want to just recap everything, though. So, for the year of our Lord and Savior 2026. Oh boy. For Twitch, we are planning to try to hit 3,000 followers, which is a doubling of what we've got right now. It sounds crazy to do when we're talking about reducing, but I think it will actually work given what we're planning. We're gonna make streams a secondary, so it's a place where people can hang out if they enjoy the videos, and it'll also condense down the viewership to one spot. Right now, you can pop in at any of the 4 days and be there. If you're wanting to be there for... it makes the selection times a little smaller, is the thing. I think that helps a little bit, because right now it feels like... if you can get something at any time, would you ever want it, is the sort of thing. You want to create scarcity, almost. I'm not trying to play hard to get, just to be clear. So I'm cutting it down a little bit. We're going to be doing Community Day, creative streams, survival streams. It's going to be secondary to the YouTube channel and the VOD, or not VOD channel, the YouTube channel and Omnia. I'm going to try to schedule out my work ahead of time, especially, so that I can try to say, okay, I need to cancel this stream or delay it to this day, so that I can make it up to you guys. because I didn't get all my work done today, and that'll hopefully help things out a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. I still want to do streams. I'm never going to let them go away in their entirety. I know that's like something that's happened to a lot of my friends. But I never want that to happen to me because I just enjoy streams that much. And eventually there may be a day where we can go back to doing 4 streams a week, or we can go to even doing more than that. But I don't want to promise something until I know what's sustainable. So we'll have to wait and see. For the YouTube channel, we're going to start a creative series for getting a Realm Map Maker cape. I'm going to look into all the requirements for that soon and start planning out that series very, very soon so we can make a video about it, and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to start Forever World. I'm going to have to plan some things out. I'm going to have to do some research on how in the world a Forever World would work. I want to put my own unique spin on it, make it mine, and fix a lot of issues that I've seen with Forever World content in general. We're going to start looking at how to utilize YouTube Shorts the best, whether that be for the Map Maker Cape series, the Forever World update news, stream clips, whatever. I need to utilize my streams to my advantage for these other content forms, and I need to utilize Shorts a lot better because they're here to stay, and so what if I don't want to do it? Sometimes you don't have a choice. If you want to do well in something, you have to put some effort into it, and sometimes that means doing the part that you don't want to do. For the VOD channel, this is an ongoing project. I just need to keep up with what I'm doing. I want to do a rebrand at some point, and I want to recatalog all of the thumbnails and titles for the remaining 144 VODs, I believe there are. There's a lot there. But if I just focus down and I can actually work on some stuff, I think we'll get there and we'll have something sort of ready to go, hopefully. The second that's all done, that'll take a huge workload off my plate and I can actually focus and do even more stuff. But that's like a background task. It's on the back burner, and we'll get there when we get there. King SMP is delayed indefinitely. There will be a Season 4 at some point in time. And I've talked a little bit about the plans about that, whether it be custom plugins and mods so that everybody can still play together. I still want to use Bedrock and Java crossplay, but I want to make sure that it's a good world and a good SMP for you guys. And that means doing the hard thing and delaying it until I have hardware. So expect that whenever I either announce I have a job or whenever I start spending a little bit more money and you realize this guy's making enough off of Twitch and YouTube that he could actually do this. That'll be your signs. Omnia, my video game that I'm working on, it's gonna have 4 demos this year, hopefully. 1 about each slice of the game. So space battles, which will also have space travel in it in general, will be Q1 demo. The Q2 demo will probably be something along the lines of exploration, like planet side exploration and procedural generation. Q3 might be NPCs, and Q4 could be literally anything. At the end of that demo, everything should hopefully also be hooked together pretty well so that I can actually release an alpha at some point at the end of the year. And I'd love to do that so that you guys could buy the game at a discounted rate based on the percentage of the game that's done, so that you can buy the game at a pretty good price, really. I mean, if I'm only 50% done, it will be like $20. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, I don't know. But you're going to keep the game forever. I'd like to make some devlog videos for each of those demos as I make them so that you guys can see the systems being developed as we go. And I'd like to also provide you guys a roadmap as well, just so you know what's coming in the future and what to expect. And then finally, in my own personal life, I'm wanting to make some money, fix my health, and meet more people through various different means. All of that is really hinged on those 3. My health relies on meeting people and ultimately will rely on money. My money relies on health and meeting people, and meeting people relies on my health and money. So those three all tie in together very well and ultimately hold up the rest of my life. There's little sub goals throughout here that I haven't put together yet, and you guys probably will never get to see, but I will be putting them up on the list as I figure out the steps to get to each of these end of the year goals. Roadmap the kidnap tour. Ooh, that would be fun. That would be so fun. What could go wrong? Okay. I think that's it. We're gonna wrap up stream now. I appreciate you all for being here. Seriously, it's been a lot of fun. Everybody's saying my last stream of 2026 or 2025. Sorry. So funny. But I'll be wrapping up stream here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you have any suggestions about any of this stuff and you're like, hey, I think you should actually try to do this or you should try to do that, or why wasn't this on the list? Why didn't you ask about that or whatever, you know? I would love for you guys to tell me. So ! Discord has a suggestions channel. You can check that out if you want. Or you know, just yell at me anywhere if you want. That's okay too. It'll be a good time, hopefully. Let's go say hi to... Trying to find somebody that I want to say hello to. We could do you. It's been a little bit. Oh my goodness, dude, you are still live. I don't know how long they're gonna be live for, but I think we'll go say hi to J Games or something. They are playing Minecraft Hardcore. We've rated them a couple of times. They're always fun. They're currently on hour 7 of their stream. It's not outrageous for Jay to do long streams, but I don't know how much longer they'll be on, so we'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you guys again next year. Goodbye, everybody.